Hey, yo! Check it out. Here it comes.
Something ain't right, yo.
Watch out, man. Here come that fool. It's packing. Here he comes.
Yo, son, come on. Yo, Omar's coming, man. Oh, shit!
If you can't pay, you better pray. John Galt's coming.
Hey, Stu, your rent's due, motherfucker. And don't be pulling that falling down the stairs shit on me, you hear? Hey, you conscious.
Yo, I don't wanna make your life no hard. I'm just doing my job. Yo, you live here, I work here. I'm doing my job.
Classic Universal Jones right there with the wire clip with the TI at the end to make it authentic there. You know, a friend of mine suggested that I do a stream like that. He's a real estate guy as well. He's had a couple problems with tenants, and so now he's very risk averse. And then I have another buddy, I mentioned him on the stream, Philippe. He's having quite a time in real estate here in Washington D.C. So both of these guys here in D.C. And then at some point I'm going to bring a guy on that I know from Brooklyn, but he lives in Jersey, and he had a real bad issue with the tenant. She moved in, did not pay, and I guess it's like an apartment type building. And for months, I want to say over a year, he finally was able to buy her out. Imagine that, right? Buying one of your tenants out for the rent. So he did that. And so we're going to talk about a couple of these things and see if we can avoid these things. And one of the ways I think we can avoid these things are by proper credit checks. And over the last week or so, I actually did a couple credit checks online in terms of, you heard me deny a person, sight unseen. He called me and he was having a little difficulty in the background, something about his sister, all the problems that he was having living with his sister, so on and so forth. And so even though he may have had the money initially to move in, he likely was going to be an issue. So I chose not to rent to him. And people in the chat, they were commenting, you should rent to this guy. It's going to be trouble. And part of the reason why that I didn't rent to him is, he's always going to be homeless, so he always going to be out there for the pickings. The other thing is, I only had rooms in the nice areas right now, or at the time, and I couldn't put him in an area where he's going to bring all the drama and dysfunction to the house where he was living, so where he would be staying. So that contributed to me saying, nah, not this time. And he still calls me to this day, but he wanted a basement apartment. I'm not sure about renting him a basement apartment. You've seen, and I also I demonstrated a risk premium in Northwest versus Southeast DC. We had an African guy. He was paying about $80, $86 a day, I think. And I offered him a sweetheart deal just to prove a point because I knew he wouldn't take it. But I offered him a basically half price rent. If you would move to the other side of town, it'd be cheaper, much cheaper for you, much cheaper than paying $85 a day. He didn't want to come to the other side of town, so he kept paying up $85 a day, if you can believe that. And so that was a kind of an illustration of the risk premium in real estate. Location. Some people just are not willing to live in low-income areas. Let's just use that word. And so with that being said, and they are willing to pay through the nose for rent. And we illustrated that online here on the stream this week. And then a buddy of mine, Philippe, he called me and he was telling me a couple issues that he was having with his rentals. So he has a couple of rentals here in DC. And one of the rentals, hey Portia, and one of the renters, you like the clip by Universal. One of the renters moved out, so he's renovating the house. But the next door neighbor, she called the DC government and reported on him, and so that caused him to have a delay in permitting. And if that's not bad enough, and he waited about 2 weeks, got all his permitting, or what he thought his ducks in order, and guess what happened there? The inspector came out and wrote him a fine for some additional work he had done in the house above and beyond the windows that he had applied for the permit. So now he's further delayed. He'll be put back about a month and a half, as well as thousands of dollars for fines. And this was all brought to him by his next door neighbor. Then we had the lady that booked the room, and we brought her on the stream, crazy enough, and we put her Cash App up, and she got some donations. I'm not sure how much. I didn't ask her. I talked to her today. And she chose a short-term option. She paid me $200. She could have paid $325 and had an entire week, but she chose 3 days for $200. I don't know if she had the $325 and just didn't want to spend it, or if she didn't have the $325 and she bought as much housing as she could afford. But this morning I went to the place and gave her some grace. I only went there maybe about 12 o'clock, and her stuff was still there. And I guess she was watching live on stream because she called me. She called me. She said, "Hey, are you throwing my things away?" I said, "Well, I'm bagging it up. Doing you a favor, bagging it up for you." Oh, you think that clip would get us Portia? If so, we might have to clip that up out of there. I'll go back to Universal Jones about that. But anyway, so she called me today just to come get her things, and she wanted me to leave it inside to give her a key or a code, give her a code. I didn't do that. I put it on the front porch. I left it for her so she could get it, and sure she got it. Anyway, so back to my buddy Philippe. So he has a tenant. He's about maybe $20,000 in rent. And so he's in DC. He doesn't live here anymore. So he comes to DC. He wants to see his property, even though the guy's not paying him rent. And the guy told him, he served him up the rules and the laws. And he said, "You have to give me 48 hours notice." And my buddy Philippe said, "I did give you 48 hours notice." He said, "Well, but you can't come after 5 o'clock. And he sent him a screenshot of the government rules and regulations. But he eventually let Philippe go by the place. And I said, "Yeah, it was your shot, buddy. I'm not going to tell you what you should have done, but that was your shot." And he didn't take his shot. And so now he went back to South Carolina. He's going to wait it out. And he's going to see maybe if he can get the lady finally, get the guy to finally move. I got a couple of Airbnb reservations coming in. It's a packed house tonight. It's a packed house, and we may call a couple of people that have been calling me. They need places to live, and I am the urban landlord, by the way. I am the one they call when they need a place to live. That's just how it works there. Let me see if I have this person. I've been meaning to call this person back. Let's see if I can find this person. I mean, so many people call me. This guy sent me his phone number, so let's see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it. Anyway, while I'm looking for that, if you have any questions, feel free to enter them in the chat. You can call in right now. We are taking calls. And I'm going to look for this guy's number. We'll see if we can get him on the stream here. See what type of room he's interested in today. Let's see. I think this is him right here. Is him? That was him. There's someone calling in. Let's see. Oh, it's the wrong damn receiver. The Bluetooth. Am I not on the Bluetooth? Someone called in, but I guess I didn't get him on the Bluetooth in time. Give me 1 second. No, it is connected. All right, we're connected. But if you call back again, we'll connect you. Give me 1 second. I'm looking for this guy's number. I have to call this guy. We're going to call him on the stream here. See what type of room he's looking for. If I can find his number. So many people call. This guy left his number. We're going to give him a call if I can find it. Good people. And so part of our marketing channel is Facebook. We use Facebook a lot outside of Airbnb. Oh, so back to my buddy. Yeah, so my buddy Felipe, he was able to enter the apartment, but as you can see, as I mentioned earlier, that the guy is really going full government intervention here, and he doesn't even want Felipe to come by and take a look at the place, even though he's behind on his rent. Let me give this guy a call too. Even though he's behind on his rent, he still can't even be nice enough to the landlord to let him take a look at the place, make sure everything is in working order. So he didn't feel comfortable with Felipe being in this place. So anyway, those are some of the things. And we covered also this week, I think we covered the sex offender. It's crazy. Let me see if I can show you his Airbnb book. Let me see if I think I can show you kind of what he's been booking here. I think I can show it to you. Because he booked a basement unit. So he was upstairs in one house, then he booked another room, then he booked another room in another house. So he's going to be with us for a while. He's going to be with us at least for another 20 days, give or take. Let me see if I can show. Well, I showed you the guy, the sex offender. He's the guy that one of my neighbors called about. So that's one of the Airbnb guests this week. So back to the lady. The lady, we talked about the lady, the one we put on the stream earlier this week. Yeah, she called me there. I don't know if she found another place to live, and I don't know what she did with the money, but all the people that donated the money for her, I think you got a chance to see what she did with it. Weed, and a bottle of wine. There you go, the life of a landlord. You see, I didn't give her anything. I didn't even give her a deal. But anyway, I was hoping we get some questions here. You don't have any questions? I'm gonna continue the stream. I have a lot of things I can talk about just from even my perspective or my friends in the business that don't want to get up here on the stream because I guess they're afraid of the government or their potential tenants. What else do we have this week? Before I close out here, we're 13 minutes in, 5 people in the audience. Much appreciated. What else do we have in the audience here today? This week, we had the sex offender. We had the lady that couldn't pay her rent. We had the African risk premium, Felipe's issues. Oh, and I'll tell you about one of my buddies. He's going through an issue with this tenant or a former tenant, and here's something kind of interesting. So he took matters in his own hands. Now I want you to juxtapose that with my buddy Felipe, who didn't take matters in his own hands, and he ends up playing on the home field advantage of the tenant in court. So my buddy, one buddy, he took matters in his own hand and threw the tenant out. In legal terms, they would call that self-help. That's what he did. He took the law in his own hands and self-helped himself. Well, the courts are suing on both sides of the aisle for tenants as well as for landlords. So the tenant, being displaced from the home, had to sue my buddy from the outside. So he had to get a court opponent, not a court opponent lawyer, but one of those contingency lawyers. And so the contingency lawyer took the case, because he has a good case, clearly, because my buddy threw him out. He's out of bounds, clearly. And so only went for about 2 years now, give or take. And the guy offers today, or maybe yesterday, the day before, to settle with my buddy $10,000. $10,000. And I said, man, you should have made triple that in the last 2 years that the guy's been put out of the house. He said, yeah. I said, so it worked out for you, like I told you. He said, it did work out. You'll pay him the $10,000 over the next year and a half. I don't know what the terms will be, but it won't be much. You'll pay him a penance up front, dribble of money the next 18 months. And meanwhile, he's had his place back for the last 2 years. So you contrast or juxtapose one guy who took matters in his own hand, the other guy who played by the court rules, and one has his place back and he's making money, and the other one is at the mercy of the tenant still to this day, and the guy owes him $20,000. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just laying both sides of the coin out, and you judge for yourself on how you would approach this situation. I'm curious to know, how would you approach it? Knowing in hindsight now that you were going to get sued for $10,000 that you don't pay all up front, you pay it a little bit at a time, or you let the tenant stay there and you go by the rules, and the guy basically lives off you for free for the next 2.5 years. What do you do? Do you get sued for $10,000, or do you get taken to the bank for who knows how much? Well, there's no right or wrong answer. It just depends on where you are in life. So, I think it as well. Anyway, I was curious to see if anyone had any opinions on that. Which direction would you take? Which path would you take? Anyway, so those are the two things, kind of a tale of two landlords that I wanted to talk about today. Two good buddies of mine. They went two different paths in terms of how they handle the tenants, and I think one will say it's working out for him, and the other one is angry as hell. And then I'll tell you another story before I get out of here. Yesterday, I was I say to use self-help. Self-help is when you just throw the tenant out. Not home one day, you lock the doors and throw his shit out and change the locks. And that's it. It's against the law. No one ever goes to jail for it, but you can be sued for it, clearly. The beauty is he was renting rooms. How much shit you gonna have in the room? You say, well, I had $20,000 in the room. Why the fuck can you have it insured? You're in the room, it's $600 a room, or whatever you're renting it for. So it's not very plausible that you would have $50,000 worth of things in a room. So he couldn't sue for much. You know, the guy took pictures of it anyway. And he took my advice and got his shit up out of there. And got his place back. He's making money. My other buddy who went by the rules, he's not making any money. And he doesn't have his place back either. What do you know about that? So it's up to you how you do it. Daniel Nixon says self-help sounds like a great idea, but it's against the law. You know, I once was sued for self-help, and I've told you guys about this situation. There's a guy, actually was a friend of mine. When I self-helped, I moved this shit from the basement to the next floor up. He was supposed to move out, you know, long story short, he should have moved out. He didn't. He had a delay in where he was supposed to be moving. And the delay went on and on and on. I said, man, look, I got a tenant that needs to move in your unit. So just move upstairs. You can crash with me in my house, in the upstairs of my house. So your place is ready. He didn't want to do that and sued me. Can you believe sued John Galt? After I had done him so much of a favor by letting him live in my house while he was almost about to be evicted. And I still see the guy to this day. You wouldn't even know any animosity about it. Well, really, I mean, animosity. I mean, it's sad on his part. He had to show it to something like that. The way people are. You see how the girl was today. And anyway, so yeah, so I have been sued for self-help as well. And when the judge asks you, like, they say, did you move any of his things? And as soon as you say, yep, self-help, broken the law, and gonna lose just on that basis right there. So, but I'd rather lose and have the person out of my place than lose and have the person in my place. Two different ways to go about it. So I think that was a pretty good explanation of self-help. And so I wanted to promote what we have coming up for Halloween night. I'm going to show you guys that banner. See if I can show you guys the banner we have for Halloween night. You guys make sure you send Portia J the cash out. Put Halloween or Boo or something like that. Put something like that in the banner so she'll know. I'm trying to see where the Halloween banner. Can't find it. We show it. Here it is. All right, so October 31st, guys, make sure you come and donate for your J, so we have plenty to get the girls dancing. Fans will make them dance, as they say. We have a contest, and I think it starts at 10 o'clock. You guys can see that there. And yeah, that's that. So that's going forward next week. This week we may try to do another Master Kim. What is it? What do we call it? Breaking the cycles of poverty. We'll try to do that this week as well. And what else? I think that's pretty much it, guys. When do you use electric locks? I don't use regular locks anymore. I've shown people what locks I use. I'll show you the locks. One of the locks, mostly these locks we use these locks for the interior. Yeah, I like them. They're pretty good for the interior. They're much more affordable. And the interface is good. Simply locks. Here they are right here. There's a fingerprint. We don't give a fingerprint to the guests, but just a code. Here's the interface, this software interface here. Manage all your rooms. And these are just different areas for the same lock. And we use this lock as well, like some exterior houses. We have this one here. You know, it's not the most aesthetically appealing lock. And you'll see that I purchased this thing 8 times. I don't know if you can see that, but you'll see I purchased it 8 times. Anyway, but this is my favorite lock, even though the software isn't the best. Since you asked, I'll show you. I was kind of into locks. One point, I was kind of into the aesthetic nature of the locks. These are better looking locks, probably better rated, but I don't think the software is as good. The Yale locks, and they're much more expensive as well. You can see that. But these integrate, I think, much more with Airbnb. I don't have this. This is a cheap one right here. Let's see which one that we have. Cheap one right there. We don't have that one. We have. Damn, they have some cheap locks now. Oh, that's just a keypad. Anyway, Yale wipeout locks. Why? These are some pretty good locks here. If you're looking at the Titanic, there is the Yale logo on the Titanic on the movie. So these locks have been around for a very long time. Yale locks. Damn, they must have changed their model. I think this is the one Yale Assure. Yeah, this is the one that we use right here. Yeah, I think this is the one we have right here. We may have updated it. It was usually like $200, so maybe they lowered the price. But yeah, the Yale locks. So these are the smart locks here we use. This is an exterior door lock. You can see exterior. It's like it works with the iPhone, and it integrates with Airbnb as well. But I prefer the Simply locks. I think the software interface is better. Ken Watson. I don't know what we have to talk about Ken Watson to. We're getting back up. We have to get some topics and maybe get an update. He's buying a hotel or something like that, Red Roof Inn or something like that. So let me see, he was building a convention center too. So yeah, we may have to get an update from Ken on that. That'll probably be pretty good. Money Pot is at 505. I got 100 on that Porsche, so now we're at 655. What else? Before I get back on the other stream, guys, any questions? Well, I think he's buying a hotel. I don't think another hotel. I said another. Sorry about that. No, he's buying a hotel. Oh, he was in the process of it when he was on the stream here. So maybe we'll talk to him when that's over with. I was expecting a couple articles from him as well, so I have to get back on his radar with that. Any other questions before we get out of here? I'll share you one more thing with you. 25 minutes, we try to get out of here. 30 minutes. How about that? Here's one more thing. It's again, I have a big gripe with Airbnb. Most of you guys have probably heard me say that, so I'm going to share with you kind of another gripe with Airbnb. I think I have this is it right here. And so I'm on these Airbnb message boards, so I read all of these messages all the time. And again, I think it's just, it's just kind of like the YouTube super chat things to me, in that people are constantly dancing to Airbnb's beat or YouTube beat, and they end up doing more dancing than running their business. And so this lady, she writes, Superhost tips and tricks, Superhost, super chat, all that shit. It's 2:45 in the morning. My current guest is sending me pictures of all beds with a hair on it. Here are little things elsewhere. What do I do or say? They are expecting every bed after putting their stuff all over it, and it could have come from anywhere. That's true. That's very true. And these people will come into your place and expect them with a fine-tooth comb. That's fine. But then they stay and then they demand a refund on top of it. They're like, what? How did you stay for 2 nights? Took a picture of the hair the first night, sent it to Airbnb, and then demand your money back. Amazing. And this is what I said, like, if you don't have a policy of your own, you don't even have business. I didn't have to give, what is the name? Shetrick or whatever the hell the name is? I didn't have to give her anything back. My policy, our rules. On Airbnb, this lady here, this super host, let me show it again. She's going to end up having to give this person some money back for some hair that could have come from anywhere. Hell, the people could have put it there themselves. So that, I think, is the, kind of the big drawback of dealing with middlemen, that they can basically make you dance. Let me get this where you can see it here. There it is. There. I think you can see it, but I read it to you. So anyway, so it's just my gripe with Airbnb, and I think many superhosts, the people that have danced for the superhosts, you can lose it off one bad Airbnb review. And how much money is it making you versus how much are you? Let me send you the super. Let me put the StreamYard in there. Sorry about that, Rush. There you go. But I just think I'm just very critical of Airbnb and these schemes they get the host to do to show more show more allegiance to Airbnb that you're showing to your own business. You're trying to dance to Airbnb, make Airbnb happy, and that's great. But you got a business to run too. So you can see the message on the screen here. What's up, Rushu?
What's going on, John? How you doing?
Oh, what's up, man? How's it going?
I can't complain. I did have a quick question for you, though.
What's up?
So, have you heard of Morgan Properties before?
Who?
Morgan Properties? Yeah.
No, was it near Baltimore? Morgan City?
Well, I mean, they had properties all over. That's why I asked you about them. But it's kind of okay. It's kind of rental properties. Let's say they own everything from apartments to small townhouses. I was going to ask you if have you ever heard of anybody in a property similar to those that were essentially squatting for a year or two? Because like after like a month they put a notice of court on your door or whatnot. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, well, it depends on what city you're in,
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you about
Philippe's.
Oh man,
is Philippe's place in Maryland or is it in DMV?
No, I mean, DC, bro. Listen,
DC.
First day you went to court, the tenant already told me, like, bro, when we get to court, man, all they gonna do is tell us to come back. He was flipping about the shit, like, this ain't shit. We're like, I got about 6 more months at least in here for free, bro. He already knew the rules. He telling my buddy Felipe, like, this is what's gonna happen, man. And Felipe was just like pissed, like, damn, this guy know that he got me by the ball.
Yeah, so he already knew the law.
Yeah, he knew the law, bro. And so when he went in there, it was just as the tenant had said. These people ought to be lawyers, bro. They ought to go to law school. Landlord lawyer.
Yeah, true.
And so he told him, like, look, man. So when they went in there, the judge said, hey, have you applied for rental assistance? The guy said, yeah. The judge said, okay, come back in 3 months and let us know the status. Seriously. 3 months.
Jeez. So
December.
Did this guy happen to be a black guy? Did this guy who is the tenant, did he happen to be a black guy?
Yeah, he black. Hold on for a minute. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, you can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You talking about somebody stole your shit? Stole what?
What you mean, so what?
Stole what? What are you saying?
You feel like you talking about you don't know the fuck my shit is gone. You packed all of my shit up and you put them in trash bags, but you for conveniently took my bleach. Nigga, stop playing. Yes, you did.
You calling me about some bleach?
You did, Mo. Why would you do that? Nigga, you're petty as fuck. You're trifling as shit. And nothing good is ever going to come to you. I rebuke you in the name of Joshua.
You think I stole your bleach?
You took my bleach, nigga. Like, what are you talking about?
Ma'am, my cash.
No, don't call me ma'am. No,
okay,
because I've been very nice. I've been very fucking calm. You packed all of my shit up and you put it in trash bags and you put it the fuck outside.
I did that.
And you think that niggas don't know how to get back in that house? Bitch, you're tripping.
Well, look, I was going to ask
I've been very fucking nice to you. Why the fuck would you take my shit?
Ma'am, if you let me...
And I've been paying you my fucking money, Mo.
If you let me respond, I was going to say, if you want me to cash up you some money for the
I do. Right, I do.
How much was your bleach?
Conveniently, how the fuck my fucking detergent was in the bags, but my bleach wasn't.
So you think they stole your bleach? Someone stole your bleach?
Nigga, which one of y'all packed my shit up? You packed my shit up. You told my nigga that earlier.
So you think I stole your bleach?
I don't give a fuck what you did, but you took my shit is missing.
All right, so...
And it's so convenient. It's so funny how everything else was in the bags except for that. Yeah. Why would you do that?
All right. It could have been my mistake. I could have made a mistake and not put in the bag.
No, it wasn't your mistake, nigga. You did that intentionally. I see your character. You are not a good person. You are a very fucked up individual.
Well,
and you go on live and go fucking harassing people on YouTube live to get your fucking little dick point across. And you did that shit for what? You could have led with the fucking people talking to me and giving me cash app and blessing me. You went on live and broadcasted that shit and posted my friend's number and did all that trifling ass shit that you did. And I'm disgusted with you because you're an older black man and you have fucking daughters.
I seen the cash app for the bleach. I seen the cash app for the bleach. What's your cash app? We had a cash app up here. I
gave you my cash app, nigga. What are you talking about? Yeah. I gave it to you.
How much did the bleach cost you? So I know how much to send you. Let me know.
Send me $10.
It costs more than $5.
I'm gonna send you $10. Right? $10.
You can send her $5.
Why the fuck would you do that? Why the fuck would you do that? Shut up, bitch. Whoever the fuck is in the background, bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you, bitch.
I sent you money, but you know,
who the fuck you talking to, bitch? No,
it's fine. No, you know, we're praying for you. We're praying for you.
You're violent. You are fucking dirty. You are trifling. You are.
It's okay. We're praying for you. We're praying for you.
She off that Remy. She off that Remy tonight.
She is. Is she off it? I sent her a big cash app, so I hit her cash app. And I'm
pretty sure she's still drinking off of it. It's cool.
Yeah, we hit her cash app, and I told her, like, you have a beautiful voice. And you know, it's so sad. She's so gifted. She's so gifted. And God has blessed her with a gift that so many other people do not have. And so the only thing we can do is, you know, what we did the other day by hitting her cash app and just praying for her, because she has a gift that is so beautiful. And I mean, gosh, her voice. I keep getting attacked. I haven't heard a voice like that in years. I haven't heard a voice.
Her voice did do a 180, didn't it?
You're right. But it's not.
You know, the thing is, Russian, is that like whenever people are going through something.
Hold on, Portia.
I'm about to go back
to
bus.
Man, you got.
You get your rock off.
Now you sit here talking.
And you're contradicting. You're talking about you praying for me, but you don't have nothing good, nothing divine about you. You are demonic. You are satanic. You are an evil person, and you were fucked up.
I received that, and I do. I received that because it's coming from you.
No.
I can only imagine how hard it is whenever God has something so promising over your life, and whenever you're rejecting it, and that's what you're doing, and that's okay. But God is trying to reach out to you because He's already given you the gift. You're running from it.
I can receive that too.
You're running from
it too. I just don't like the fact that I'm partying.
And so, hey, Shaterica, it doesn't matter what you say to me. You can get it off, and I want you to do that. But one thing I want you to know:
I'm interacting with John Galt. I'm not interacting with you, young lady.
You're on our show.
Okay, hold on. If you want to interact with me, then I want you to know who you just interacted with. This is one of the people that sent you a big cash app. Right?
Yeah.
Right, and you just came over here and talked all reckless to this woman, and she didn't have to send you a dime. She did. And there were other people up here.
That's why I left.
You know, honestly, sweetheart, I'm just telling you straight up how I would go about it. If all those people sent me cash apps and a motherfucker mistakenly didn't include my bleach, sweetheart, I promise you, I don't even use bleach. I don't use that shit. Right? I don't use no bleach. I don't use bleach. Everybody know what I use. I've talked about it many times on this channel. Right, I don't use bleach. Right,
I'm Caribbean. That's what we do.
That's good. Okay, but I don't use it. I ain't Caribbean. Right, so clearly I have no value in using. There's no value in me stealing your bleach. But here I am saying, I'll pay you for the bleach. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. Right, but you talking reckless to the lady that contributed to you. I put you up here. I put you. It's too fucking late for that. I put you up here.
Okay.
But let me finish. I'm gonna let you go off.
No, because you
no. See, I'm saying you're trying to teach you something. I'm saying you're trying to teach you something. Honestly, you came on here. You told us you lost your mother and your father. People had sympathy for you. They gave you cash apps, and I asked you. I said,
I don't want no fucking sympathy. You're the one that decided to broadcast that.
If you're not gonna let me talk, we just going to let you get off the phone. I'm seeing this $10.
I'm not supposed to talk.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
You know what? Portia, you almost got through to her, and John, you almost got through to her too, but she rejected that shit, bro.
She's rejected it. You know, Rachu and John, if I may, like I said, the reason why I sent her the cash app that I did is I'm listening to her, and then John, I'm feeding off of you, because you know, John, I know we're a team, but I learn so much from you every day. I feed off of you every day. And going through her Instagram, I won't hold you. I believe she's a beautiful woman, but whenever I heard her voice, listen, it spoke to me. And I'm one of those people that I know that God gifted me with the gifts that he gave me. But when I heard her, I'm like, she's just running from that gift. And I know what it feels like to be afraid, because I've ran from my gift so many times. And whenever God is trying to get my attention and he's trying to call me, that's all I heard in her voice. And so when I heard her sing, I was like, I got to send her this. I don't care what she does with the money. I don't care. But I just want her to know. And that's what I said in my Cash App in the description. Your voice is too good. God blessed you with this. And so, like, even after she's cussing me out, this and that, it don't bother me, because I know what it feels like to run from it. But we saw it today. You had to pack up her stuff, and she didn't do what was right. She had the money. She had at least $400. I know between me and crack, she had over $300 between me and crack. And all the little Cash Apps, the 5s, the 10s, and me and crack sending over, 100 to her. I know she had it, but whatever it is that you did with it, my biggest thing is I don't regret it. It's just, you have a gift, use it. But you see how hateful and angry she is.
This is why I keep saying, man, this is the black people dilemma. Like, no one, she said it on stream, no one's ever did anything like that for her before. Right? A landlord. And what did she do? Calling this motherfucker, cuss him out. Give me $5, $10 for some bleach. I don't even use bleach, but I'm gonna steal her shit for her. The last person she should have, they done kicked in doors. They done accused me of stealing bleach after I done helped these people. This is why no one, like, I didn't even come on here to talk about this. Like, it was a random call. Like, no one about it. Like, who would want to deal with these people, honestly? Like, I'm a landlord of last resort for these people. Hey Mo. She showed her colors, man. Like, it's always down there beneath the surface. This is what B Bray talks about. Like, man, that just blew my mind. Any nigga with sense would say, you know what, fuck that bleach. I got $400 off the nigga. $300, how much off the Cash App? And still, like, black motherfucker talking to me like I done something to her. This shit over some bleach. Hey, you see why niggas be getting killed out here for like petty shit? This nigga called me amped up over some bleach. Man. Hey. Blacks.
Yeah, you can't make that shit up.
Blacks. I'm telling you, these blacks gonna have a terrible way to go, man. You see it right there.
There she go.
No, I don't think that's her. These blacks gonna have a terrible way to go, man. Like, seriously. They're gonna have a terrible way to go. Everybody, like, they hear me talk. You just not heard the other side of the people I deal with, how they talk to you, even after you do them a solid.
Yeah.
Where's White John go?
You're a little low, by the way, boy. Anyway, so I didn't think we'd see that. That wasn't planned or anything, I promise you.
John, you was giving off that little dick energy or something like that. What she said?
Yeah, I ain't even interact with these people, man. I don't even be like shit. I don't even look at these people like they sexual objects. I promise you that. Like, bro, I don't even like shit. Y'all could be men to me. Like, bro.
No, I'm saying that's what the young people say these days when they're trying to insult you. They call you having little dick energy.
It's like, we talked earlier today about when Donald Trump went to the roast, man. Shit, do it, sweetie. Shit, get it out. Don't fucking make you say whatever you like, right? Shit, I ain't gotta live in your house. You gotta live in mine. You run your mouth too much, you don't live in mine. And that's what happened with her.
She was a lot more pleasant the other day, though. Her voice sounded completely different.
This is what I keep trying to tell people, like, a lot of these blacks, that what you just saw is what I see. What you saw the other day is what the white people see when these niggas.
That was her at work.
Out of their house. When they leave their house and they walk out of the house and they done took a shower and they dressed up and they cosplaying or whatever. assimilated person. But that was who she really was right there. Understand?
What we just saw, you saying what we just saw is who she
That's
really
who
is?
she is. That's why that temple degree don't mean shit.
Yeah.
Understand?
John, is my mic better? Sorry.
He's still a little low. But that's why that temple degree don't mean shit. And that's why
I can hear Portia pretty good.
I couldn't have brought it home. Yeah, I can hear you. You sound like a little low or something. I couldn't have brought it home any clearer than that. A motherfucker from Temple, a Temple graduate, calling John Galt about some goddamn bleach.
About some bleach.
Oh, bro. This is the motherfucking Temple graduate. Now you understand. She showed you the angle. I allowed it here on the stream of a Temple graduate, man. Do you now see why the blacks are so angry right here, man? You went to Temple, you living in the ghetto, you calling about my bleach. My bleach. Man. It will be in shanties though, bro, because how many more people you think gonna be made like me to want to deal with people like that? When any of you want to deal with what you just saw on that phone call, not the first one where she was nice and shit, when y'all were giving her money and shit, she was nice.
Yeah, she was so fun. She was so sweet.
Like motherfucking rattlesnakes. I know these niggas.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, John. This is exactly why I don't want to get into real estate, because I don't want to.
People don't want to fuck with niggas.
That's to be honest with you, that's why.
Motherfucker fighting on scene gave this bitch more than anybody probably in her family has ever given her in one shot. And this bitch come on here.
That's why I didn't really scale my
these niggas
my opportunity business. To be honest with you, like it was just too much dealing with people, Negro, well, certain type of people. Let me just say, but go ahead.
I hope everybody saw this. I wish Be Brave. We're gonna have to clip this.
Well, John. Yeah, no, we definitely have it. I have the timestamps for it for this, but it's just it's just one of those things. Like John. Some people might think that you're super cutthroat and like you don't have any empathy, sympathy, whatever the case may be. But the fact that you did that the other day, and I was actually saying it that day, I'm like, hey, we have a show that we have to run. We have fees that we have to pay for, StreamYard and everything else up under the sun. But for us to go ahead and say, you know what, even though we have a business, we have a show to run, we're going to put ourselves to the back burner. We're going to put ourselves to the side. And we're going to put money and we're going to pour money into her. And that's exactly what we did. We poured money into her. And I poured money into her. And, everyone else poured money into her. And so for someone like her, I can't get angry at her. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like for her to come up with the vitriol that she had tonight. It's just like,
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie.
But before you go, Rashu, but it's unfortunate, but I know, like I said, I know what it feels like to have a gift and then run from it. Now, of course, I've never ran from it in the way that she did. I'm choosing substance abuse. I'm choosing anger and animosity and vitriol and hate and cursing and hate and all of that. I that wasn't my rejection, but she has something that she can use to where she don't have to worry about some bleach. Her voice is so beautiful, John. It's so beautiful that she could be on the map right now just with her voice. And that's what I said in my Cash App to her.
You might have to give up that booty though.
Well, the thing, like even like honestly, with a voice like hers, all she got to do is sing. If I'm being real, her voice is too good. Her voice is beautiful. Like it touched me. I ain't gonna lie. But she's dealing with some demons that none of us can understand or none of us can suffice, no matter how many Cash Apps we send.
Young Blessed one said, fuck her voice. That attitude ain't gonna lead you nowhere.
I get that too. And it's just like her attitude sinks it. But the thing is that I'm saying right now, because I know she's listening, is that like, as angry as you are, Shaterica, as angry as you are and how much hate you have in your heart, I would like to hope that one day you'll flip that and you'll use your gift to make profit off of that and to be a better you than the you that you've been, going from room to room, having to pay every night, having to get your stuff packed up and put in a trash bag. You don't have to be right here right now. The only reason that you're there right now is because of you. And then you got over $400 in a Cash App the other day. You didn't pay John, so it's on you. So you have to eat that. You got to eat that.
Man,
and that's on her.
I can see she missing clothes, portion, shoes, iPhone, computer. If I had put her shit in the trash and made her dig that shit out the trash, I ain't do that.
Yeah, but John, you didn't do that though, so that ain't nothing for you.
That and then, like, you come at me about something. Look, I don't even use that shit. I don't use no bleach. Everybody know I use vinegar. That's all we use, vinegar.
Yeah, me too. I'm a
listen. When I was listening to her on the stream the other day, I contemplated on sending her some cash. I'm not going to lie to you, but something in my gut just told me I didn't believe her. I mean, I believed her story about her family, but I didn't believe that she would do the right things with the cash.
Man, fuck her.
Did you believe that she got shot, Rashu? And John, did you believe that she got shot? Because I told you.
I gave it a bit of
no. I looked
it up and I couldn't find it.
I didn't believe it. No, I didn't. I heard her say that she got shot, and I was just like, okay, cool. But I didn't take it any type of way. I didn't feel any type of way about it. But then when you came behind that and you were like, yo, I looked it up and I didn't find anything, that kind of like solidified the fact that I didn't feel anything.
Here's the bigger issue to portion. The next man that comes out, people gonna be looking, is that the same type of nigga as the last one? Get that nigga something, that nigga come back like a rattlesnake, bite your ass. I pass. I'm take the path of Rashu and just say, maybe next time, see if somebody else seems more genuine.
Mm-hmm.
She's cast a shadow over all these blacks that may one day come along behind her. Just by her behavior. Maybe you should have walked along and said, fuck that bleach, I got 400, 300 out these niggas. That's a win, right? She got all the money back. She paid me and some, right? It's a win, baby.
She didn't even call in and say thank you.
And that's my point. Like, you gotta be.
Know when they win it, they like, man, this is why you can't deal with these people. Most people of decent IQ, a graduate of Temple University, was like, you know what, I won. Fuck that bleach. Fuck that bleach. Ain't worth it. I might need that nigga again. He was alright. It might put me up on the stream again.
Yeah, she could have been a regular and been making money.
They don't.
Yeah, I mean, even they were gunning for her for the Halloween costume contest.
Hey, baby girl, if you listening right now, you could have been a regular.
$1,000 on the table for you. That's $1,000 on the table. Like, just like Lily. Lily has a story that's $1,000 that she could be. You know what I'm saying? But like John, honestly, John, I admire your tenacity and your compassion. I truly do. I mean, I am not as nice or as kind as you. I mean, with a lot of the issues and situations that you deal with, John, we talk offline, so you know about my businesses offline and my properties offline. You know that, but I'm just like, hey, it is what it is, or it ain't what it ain't. But like you actually, like I say, I learn from you every day. And so like even with her situation and the other guy, the offender, if you will, but more so for her, I get to see different things and different, just examples that you show. But like I said, there's no harm, there's no nothing. It's just that some people, the one thing that you always know is that your heart is in the right place and you do the right thing. And even if they don't receive it and if they do the wrong thing, you know that you did what was right. You tried, you involved us, you know what I'm saying? And we did the right thing and she rejected it. So whatever happens to her going forward, that's on her.
Portia, you heard one of my tenants. I don't know if you hear, but there was a guy calling in from Australia. I called him Shane.
Yeah, Shane, yeah.
He didn't say this, and I didn't mention it, but back during COVID, he was down on his luck. I told you his mother died. He couldn't go home for a funeral because she was in Australia. He had to be quarantined, locked up, and all that bullshit. So he missed his mother's funeral. Man, he's an alcoholic. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. You think I drink beer? That motherfucker just drink beer after beer after beer, and then just scream and holler all night and go to sleep, right? And so he got down on his luck. His mother died, blah blah blah, and COVID hit it. You know, he needed some help, and so for 3 months, maybe more, I can't remember. He didn't pay me, right? And he lives in Northwest. You know, to be the nice neighborhood. You see what these people are paying, and I never asked him about $1. I could call him up here and tell you. Matter of fact, he told you on the phone. I said it was maybe the 10th of the month, the 11th. I said, have I even called you about the rent yet? He said, no.
Yeah.
And he pays monthly. He's one of the few people that pay monthly. You know, a handful of people pay monthly.
You said he owes you 2 months, John?
Back during COVID, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I don't know if I ever even told him to pay me. I just said, don't worry about it. Right?
Oh, you gave him a solid. All right.
Yeah, he been in he probably been in 6 years or so. You know, in different rooms all over the house. Man,
I'll be right back.
That's admirable, man. Where's white John Galt?
You know, he's been around. You know, it's hard to find tenants. So, you know, he's a decent guy. You know, he hit a hard patch. You know, you help him out. You know, once he gets back on his feet, you trust him to get back on his feet and do the right thing. He did. But that's the benefit of the doubt that black woman just destroyed it for so many people, black people like her. Just on the 9 or 10 people that are here right now, and the people that will watch your stream or go into other streams and tell other people, say, man, you won't believe what I saw right there.
Hey, John, you got to admit that was great content, man. Like, if that was to happen again, like, you know, that would be great content just to have. You know, first of all, it's proof to a degree because you're documenting what you're doing in the conversation. But then to the other side, it's actually good content because it could go viral. You know what I mean?
Don't worry about this.
I know you're not, but I'm just saying. When she was in here going off, that was great content for sure.
I let her get it off.
No, you allowed her to speak, and then when you tried to respond, she didn't let you speak.
Well, let me honestly,
she called you a bunch of moles.
We could have had a back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like I ain't even want to be here this long. I promise you. This is the reason why they have so much problems in the workforce. So many problems. Right here. This was it, bro. You don't need Roland Fryer to go to Harvard and do a fucking study on it.
Can I say something to that, John, about the workplace thing?
Yeah.
So I got a homegirl, man. She's in the medical field and she has been looking for a job for a while, and she just got a job, and the job's paying decent money, you know, way more than what she was getting paid before. She was there for maybe a month, and she didn't tell me directly. She told my girlfriend, but she lost the job, and I'm like, wow, how'd she lose the job? She loved the job. She said it was a great job. You know what I mean? She was having so much fun, X, Y, and Z. So I asked her why, and my girlfriend said, well, her trainer said that she rolled her eyes. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
She rolled her eyes?
Man, I wish Universal Jones was here, man. Let me see if I go over the other stream, man. Universal Jones, I might have to get that motherfucker over here.
But I mean, like, rolling your eyes is like such a, like, that's a subjective thing, right? If you did it to the degree where you got fired over it, I'm like inclined to think that you probably were doing it like outwardly, like ghetto type. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yo, you've been looking for a job for 6 months plus. You get the job. Why are you gonna do something like that? I just don't know. I don't understand. I don't know. It's just like these people don't respect the opportunities they get and hold them dearly, you know, and try to keep them. But yeah,
you know, the biggest opportunities that they have really is with building a network. You always talk about go to college, build a network. Well, the same thing applies after college, right? The same thing applies after college. She don't know who I know. Understand? Bro, she don't know who the fuck I know. She don't know who the fuck Crack may know. Portia, you right here in DC area, she don't know, bro. How could she just close doors to probably is it fair to say everybody in the chat, anybody that you might know that you may refer to, she closed all them doors today. Is that correct? Am I wrong?
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Off of that behavior, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, if she came up on this channel,
she can't come back and call and apologize. Say, you know what? I misbehaved. Nigga, ain't nobody taking a chance.
Yeah, ain't nobody taking you serious.
But should we replay some of that shit, man? That shit was amazing.
Had she came up on here humble as she did the other day, people would have, even I would have felt more sorry for her.
You might have got some more goddamn money. Yes, exactly. Very good goddamn money. She might have got some more motherfucking money. Bitch could have did a little more hustling.
Yeah, she could have became a regular, man, and really been, because I mean, her story is actually powerful.
She could have said, "I really appreciate you guys. I'm trying my best to get on my feet." And I would have said, "Let me put your cash app on, baby."
Yep.
You know how I do it. You know how I do it. She waits for the opportunity to close the doors for. There are 1,000 subscribers.
John, could you see? Could you see her? Getting the wrong look at work and blowing up on one of her supervisors or something like that?
Man, I almost said, bro, we long past that. To be honest with you, man. To be honest with you, we long past these motherfuckers even getting the opportunity to go up to work on a real job. Ain't nobody fucking with that shit. And like, bro, would you?
That's why they being replaced by these migrants.
Would you deal with that? I'm just asking. Would you deal with that?
No, I wouldn't. Hey, bro, I thought about doing. I don't know if you remember me asking you like a month ago or two about the that government housing program shit. Man, I'm not trying to deal with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It don't seem worth it to me.
You got to replay this clip, guys. Oh, I got it. I got it, guys. Y'all niggas ain't ready. Y'all niggas ain't ready. I'm right now. Y'all niggas. Unbelievable.
She said, "You get a kick out of this, John."
Nigga, for what? Nigga, for bleach? For bleach? No, that's what she's talking about. Somebody got a background.
I'm mute.
Hey, Mo, why would you do that? Nigga,
You call? Hello? Hello?
yeah, you can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You talking about somebody stole your shit? So what?
What you mean, so what?
Stole what? What are you saying?
You feel like you talking about you don't know the fuck my shit is gone. You nigga, stop playing. Yes, you did.
You calling me about some
You did, Mo. You did, Mo. Why would you do that? Nigga, you're petty as fuck. You're trifling as shit. And nothing good is ever going to come to you. I rebuke you in the name of Joshua.
You think I stole your bleach?
You took my bleach,
ma'am,
nigga. What are you talking about?
Ma'am, my cash.
No, don't call me ma'am. No,
Okay, what would you like
because
me to
I've been
call
very
you?
nice. I've been very fucking calm. You packed all of my shit up and you put it in trash bags and you put it the fuck outside.
Mm-hmm. I did that.
And you think that niggas don't know how to get back in that house? Bitch, you're tripping.
Well, look, I was going to ask
I've been very fucking nice to you. Why the fuck would you take my shit?
Ma'am, if you let me.
I've been paying you my fuck.
Oh, you the first. Nigga, I'm so motherfucking hype right now, man. I had to
What's good?
Universal.
I have to bring it down another level, man. You know, just to get up here. I can ready to go.
I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell's going on, John. I hit the other stream. I seen Universal come to the stream. I'm like, what's going on? I don't know what's going on to either stream. What's up?
Like, nigga, don't talk up there. Nigga talk. I'm just listening to shit and nigga talking to me like that. Nigga, like, you got to want an action too now. Right?
Oh god.
You remember Shatterica, whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Yes. How could I forget?
Now I normally don't ask these type of questions. I really don't give a fuck, but I want it to be known for the audience. Say how much money you donate that negress.
I sent her $25. I sent her $25.
No way.
I did. I sent her $25. I said
she bought that Remy Martin with it.
Oh really? Do we have evidence?
No. Hold on. We're gonna get to it, man.
Oh Lord.
So Shatterack called in just 2 minutes ago.
Oh really?
I didn't plan on that. But you know, guys, man, like listen, I am the urban landlord, nigga. Shit. I don't have to dance for no YouTube analytics. Goddamn, my life, goddamn, is content full, right? Fuck what you do. I don't even look at that shit. Shit, I get on this motherfucker, some crazy bitch call in. Right, you he might go viral, maybe not. Who gives a fuck? Yeah. I got content like this. I'm coming out of my ass, Universal.
They're making it too easy, John.
I ain't even playing on this shit. I promise you, this wasn't no hoax. And what this bitch talked about, Universal Jones, is why the black man and woman are right where they belong at the motherfucking bottom. The gum up under somebody's goddamn shoe. They're going back to Shannon's, baby. And
after we threw her a lifeline, huh?
Oh, nigga, you ready for the Universal? You ready, Universal? You ready? You sure you ready? You brace yourself.
I am.
You about to see some Negro. Is the word indolent? Is that the word indolent?
Indolence?
Yeah. Indolent. Is that the word? What's the definition?
Blacks is in the chat. You know, he's our human encyclopedia. He'll get it right.
Blacks come on here just for practice, so he can practice words.
The word is insolent, not indolent. It's insolent. You see that word right there? Insolent.
Yeah, insolent. Yeah.
That's what that motherfucker just demonstrate. This is. I told you, Nichols. I said, Nichols, the landlord is unlike any motherfucker I hear. Everybody else see these niggas when they get clean, they walk outside. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. And maybe some of the niggas on their real bad baby, so they act just like they do, maybe worse when they go inside their house. But I see them when they go home and when they on crack is here. So you know what I'm saying? When they revert to the mean reversion. Crack know what that shit is. Mean reversion. You know what mean reversion is, Crack? I'm sure Crack knows what it is. He do all that charting and shit. Crack, you know what mean reversion is?
Mean reversion? No, I do not know what that term is.
Reversion to the mean. I know Crack knows. Let me see if Crack knows. We're gonna wait on Crack. 1 second, see if he gonna. A Universal. That Crack, I know you knew. Universal, when you told me the other day you fired a black ass negress and that negress came back at you with what? Some threatening words. Is that what she did?
Oh yeah, she doubled down. She said she's going to the EEOC on my black ass.
Double E. The government.
I'll tell her bring it on. I'm ready.
Government. You know, Universal Jones, man. When I first came of age here in DC, man, I was living in a building, Potomac Place, right downtown DC, man. I used to go walk to work at the Postal Service, and a couple of niggas that went in the building with me and Philippe, they ain't make it, bro. They didn't make it. They didn't all the drugs or anything like that. They just couldn't. They intellect didn't match their education. They just couldn't get to where they wanted to be with the education that they had. They had a head full of education. They didn't know how to do shit. They weren't slick. They weren't suave. They couldn't cosplay or assimilate, right? And then the nigger come out. Then they lose their motherfucking job or something. Then they sue.
My sister used to do that shit all the time, bro.
Then they sue the white man, and they said, "Mr. White Man, you fired me because I'm black."
Yep.
Because I was black, right? But the white man all the time, he couldn't see the nigger in them. He looked at their degrees and the motherfucking monkey in a suit. Like, that's a good one right there. Old Barack Obama. Shit. You needed him to write the speeches. Hell, Obama had people to write his speeches, right?
Right.
He just got me around.
Not only that, Obama was groomed from a child. These people just go to college after high school.
So I think it was about time we get into that nigga put a good face on this shit. She put a good face on the other day when she was over here dancing for money. She was putting on the more beautiful face. And y'all niggas all saw me pack her shit up with care, dutiful care, to make sure that I didn't break a nail or fake fucking nail. I didn't break shit. Bras and panties. Man, universe sometimes, nigga, I cut bras and panties up, nigga. Bitch, you ain't got nothing to wear. Go naked. Raw.
Hey, John, you didn't even look anywhere that bleach would be.
I don't even use that shit. You feel me? Like,
nah, I know, but you weren't even in the bathroom or anything like that. I don't think
she
so.
probably had it in a room somewhere. I maybe overlooked it. Maybe she forgot she had it. Then maybe she thought she had some bleach. I don't know.
I mean, you definitely overlooked that shit.
We don't use no fucking bleach, man. We don't use this shit. So what are you coming to be about bleach, lady? Want a baby? Sweetheart, I just made you fall in love. You ain't have to dance for it. I ain't just for no pussy.
No,
I ain't trying to come at you about no pussy. It's men out here to be like trying to take advantage of you
for sure.
If anything, you gave her an opportunity to make money.
This is I just proved to you people.
Can't help
3 days, 2 days. I wish Lindy Lou was here. This is not why I came here, but I just proved it nonetheless. Why Black's at the bottom. Let's be honest. Did I not prove it?
You did.
I ain't proved. She did. She proved it. Fuck, I ain't proved shit. I just got to I ain't playing. I ain't calling.
All you did was answer the phone, John.
That's all I did.
Wow.
Really sad. Really sad. It's really sad, man. It's, honestly, that you hear me talk shit and laugh and joke. This shit is kind of sad because this anger is gonna do nothing more but brew, and the steam got to be released somewhere, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All the kid got to come somewhere. Got to be released somewhere. Let's take a listen to what she's talking. Is this it right here? I think this is it. Yeah. Make sure I get it. Open the mic. Well, look,
I've been very fucking nice to you.
Oh.
Morgan Properties before?
Was it new?
Rent. Heard of anybody squatting on your Airbnb? I mean,
bro, listen, bro. When we get to going, man, all this shit, man. Meet my
so
December.
Can you hear me? You talking about me?
Hello?
Yeah, you can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You talking about somebody stole your shit, so what? University just let me know when you want me to pause this shit.
Gotcha.
You mean stole what?
Stole what? What are you saying?
You feel like you talking about you don't know the fuck my shit is gone. You packed all of my shit up and you put them in trash bags, but you for conveniently took my bleach. Nigga, stop playing. Yes, you did.
You calling me about some bleach?
You did, Mo. Why would you do that? Nigga, you're petty as fuck. You're trifling as shit. And nothing good is ever going to come to you. I rebuke you in the name of Joshua.
You think I stole your bleach?
You took my bleach, nigga. What are you talking about?
Ma'am, my cash.
No, don't call me ma'am. No, because I've been very nice. I've been very fucking calm. You packed all of my shit up and you put it in trash bags and you put it the fuck outside.
Mm-hmm. I did that.
And you think that niggas don't know how to get back in that house? Bitch, you're tripping.
Hey, John.
Look, I was going to ask
I've been very fucking nice to you. Why the
Yeah, what's up?
As a guy who may be intoxicated from time to time, I can tell she's intoxicated. That might be.
Hold on for 1 minute, man. I got another fucking.
Go ahead, take it. You know what's fascinating when John's taking this call is I believe she said she's only been in DC for a few months. She was in Atlanta, but she's already picked up on the DMV slang. She called him Mo. That's the DMV slang.
No.
Is that DC specific?
When she got, that's DC specific.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. But when she got on the panel the other day, she said that she was in DC for a lot longer than that. So she's been acclimated to DC for a while. It's not that lingo is a part of her vocabulary. That's why she used it. But the other day when she called in, she was at work and she was using somebody else's phone. So who knows why, but that's neither here or there. But she was very humble. You know, she told her story. It was believable, especially the stuff about her parents. Her being shot, that's questionable. Who knows? But yeah, outside of that, to me, I always hold out on people like that. You know what I mean? Because I need to see in the future tense, whether or not you're actually genuinely a person that I can send my money to and you're going to do the right thing. But come to find out, my gut was correct. And and then her behavior tonight, like if she would have came more humble, this is what me and John was talking about earlier, like if she would have came more humble tonight and just had the same type of conversation flow that she had the other day, I probably would have sent her $20, $50, $100, whatever, depending on how much she sold it to me. But
fuck would you take my shit?
Ma'am, if you let me,
and I've been paying you my fucking money, Mo.
If you let me respond, I was gonna say if you want me to cash up you some money for
I do. Right, I do.
How much was your bleach?
Conveniently, how the fuck my fucking detergent was in the bags, but my bleach wasn't.
So you think they stole your bleach? Someone stole your bleach?
Nigga, which one of y'all packed my shit up? You packed my shit up. You told my nigga that earlier.
So you think I stole your bleach?
I don't give a fuck what you did, but you took my shit is missing.
All right, so.
And it's so convenient. It's so funny how everything else was in the bags except for that. Yeah. Why would you do that?
It could have been my mistake. I could have made a mistake and I put it in the bag.
No, it wasn't your mistake, nigga. You did that intentionally. I see your character. You are not a good person. You are a very fucked up individual. And you go on live and go fucking harassing people on YouTube live to get your fucking little dick point across, and you did that shit for what? You could have led with the fucking people talking to me and giving me cash out and blessing me. You went on live and broadcasted that shit and posted my friend's number and did all that trifling ass shit that you did. And I'm disgusted with this because you're older black man and you have fucking daughters.
I seen the cash out for the bleach. I seen the cash up on the bleach. What's your cash up? We had a cash up here. I gave
you my cash app, nigga. What are you talking about? Yeah. I gave it to you.
How much did the bleach cost you? So I know how much to send you. Let me know.
Send me $10.
Costs more than $5.
I'm gonna send you $10. Right? $10.
You can send her $5.
Why the fuck would you do that? Why the fuck would you do that? Shut up, bitch. Whoever the fuck is in the background, bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Black women hate black women just as much as they hate black men sometimes. Wow, I missed a lot, man. Damn. She's heard about that bleach though. That's crazy. Wow.
I was saying, I'm sorry, I was on mute. University. I was telling her, I said, look, let me just send the money for the motherfucking bleach. We can get this shit over with, right? Like,
right.
He ain't mean to take your shit. Promise you, I ain't want it. Right? I promise. What the fuck I'm supposed to bleach for? I will use it. Right? You find out. Shit, I done smoke probably. How many bleach bottles?
At least 5. Oh no.
Sweetie, I don't need your bleach. I hope you're watching. I don't need your bleach. I promise you. I didn't take it. I would love to send you some more bleach. A Puffy supply of bleach. Right? Like Puffy got baby while I seen that much bleach. You know what I mean? I ain't taking it. I don't use this shit. I hate the smell of that shit. You know what I mean? I hate the smell of it.
I mean, regardless of what cleaning agent it was, the fact that she called you about some damn bleach that's under $10, like, that's crazy. That is crazy. She only called you because she's a little tipsy right now and she's upset. She wanted to see what we were talking about, and she was probably listening in the back, and she called in because she was upset. That's what I believe.
Man, that's crazy. Somebody said to steal.
I truly believe that she had to been listening because she knew where you were going to be. She knew she didn't pay you. She knew she didn't come pick up her belongings, right? Come on, man.
You think she's a subscriber? She knew I was on when
exactly. Yeah, there's a reason why she knew you was on.
Nah, I don't even believe that, bro. The reason why she knew he was on is because she knew that she didn't pay. She probably was feeling some type of way about the other day. Not gonna lie.
Watching this shit all day.
Yeah, she probably was feeling some type of way. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
You gonna play some more?
Yeah. Now she's cursing post at this point.
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
I sent you money, but you know.
Who the fuck you talking to, bitch? No.
It's fine. No, you know, we're praying for you.
We're praying for you. You're violent. You are fucking dirty. You are trifling. You are low.
Okay. We're praying for you. We're praying for you.
She off that Remy. She off that Remy tonight.
She is. Isn't she off it? I sent her a big cash app, so I hit her cash app. And
I'm pretty sure she's still drinking off of it. It's cool.
Yeah, we hit her cash app, and I told her that she have a beautiful voice. And you know, it's so sad. She's so gifted. She's so gifted. And God has blessed her with a gift that so many other people do not have. And so the only thing we can do is, you know, what we did the other day by hitting her cash app and just praying for her, because she has a gift that is so beautiful. And I mean, gosh, her voice.
I keep getting attacked. I keep getting attacked
like that in years.
Her voice did do a 180, didn't it?
You're right. But it's not.
You know, the thing is, Russian is that like whenever people are going.
Hold on, Portia. Man, you get your life. You get your rock star. Man, you sit here talking.
And you're contradicting. You're talking about you praying for me, but you don't have nothing good, nothing divine about you. You are demonic. You are satanic. You are an evil person.
You there, Universe? She's saying that about Portia.
Yeah.
Gave her And all these other people, they demonic, they evil, man. Like that shit.
Who gave her $150? Go ahead.
Ooh, I gave her 25. I wasn't gonna hit her off that.
What's 75? What's 75?
So she had to bring in at least $300 because there was at least 4 other people in the chat that said they sent her something.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know she made over $350. I know she made over $350 to $400 that night. But that's why I said, like, I'm not holding anything against her because something's wrong with her.
Hey, listen. I remember I was just explaining to you guys that I didn't send anything because I had a gut feeling. Yeah, and my girlfriend was hearing me talk because she heard the girl ranting and she's like, "What's going on?" And then she heard me talking that I was going to donate money, but I'm telling you guys I didn't. And she's like, "You ain't donate money to that fucking girl that was just screaming." Like, she instantly was like, "Don't donate money to that girl."
Good girl.
Yeah, she's smart.
No, it's just funny, but you hear it in certain people's voices. Like, she's not even here, and she just heard it. Like, who the fuck is that? And why are you trying to donate money to her? I'm like, I'm not trying to donate money to her.
You know, this is what this type of dynamic proves why you have to be extremely selective on who you invest any time or energy in. And a lot of times, it's just best to just leave folks alone. Like, this is a young lady, as Portia was just pointing out. She has a lot of potential. She probably doesn't even see it in herself. And she's running around here like this. Like, she's obviously not well. I don't think it's mental health either, because that's the scapegoat for motherfuckers like her. She just got a bad fucking personality, and her priorities are all over the place. And she's in the position she's in because of her. There's no other. You can't blame being an orphan or any of those things. She figured out a way to get to where she's at. She has a gift that she's not even utilizing. And she's out here running around with niggas with dirty boots on, who sleeps on the floor of her 1 bedroom that she's rented. Like, at some point, people have to take accountability for themselves. And she's one of those individuals who must do that. And it's sad because she's actually a pretty attractive young lady. She's tall. She's not bad looking. But that personality is going to get her nowhere. And she's calling out everybody else's demon spirits, but she need to check her own. Calling it right now,
No, Master Kim about to jump on. Then I would love for my buddy Philippe, because he going through some things, as they say, and it's a funny rain.
Good evening, Portia.
I would love to hear him talk about this.
This is sad. I can't believe she called in twice. Damn. I thought it was bad when she when I asked you the other night, did she stay? And you said she left. I was like, oh shit. We gave her that money to try to help her stay, and she still left. It's like, and then she didn't come back to get her shit. What did she expect was gonna happen?
I
Hey there. That was like 3 days ago. Something wrong with people, man.
What's up, Master Kim? Oh, Master Kim, you missed the doozy.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
What's up, Master Kim, man? Hope you're doing well.
What's up, Master Kim?
Hello,
Master Kim.
Hey, Master Kim.
What's up, Master Kim? And I got my buddy Chris. Chris, you there?
I'm here, man.
Oh, I got Chris. I got Master Kim. I got Chris up here. Oh,
hey,
Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Oh, Chris. Chris used to be. Well, he still lives in Landlord, but he's commercial now. And you know we've had these landlord battles, Chris. You know how it goes, right? Put them in, put them out. That's what we do, right? Hey, you sound like your voice a little distorted. Say something for me, yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call you back. It's a little distorted. I'll call you right back. I don't know what the fuck is your problem here. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know, man. I'm with the Bluetooth. I don't know what the fuck. Master Kim, you still here?
Oh yeah. Hey, what's up, everyone? Hey, John.
Oh, yesterday. Was it yesterday, Portia? Was it yesterday? And we did the we did the fundraiser for a tenant of mine.
Nah, it was a couple days ago. It was probably like 3 days ago.
Yeah, it was a couple of days. It was like 2 days ago.
I think that was Tuesday because I was sick. I remember I was sick. It was Tuesday.
And so we
basically
we raised some money. I don't know how much. Let's just say at least $350, right?
That's impressive.
She was a little behind on rent, and well, she wasn't really behind. I don't let them get behind, Master. Yeah. But she was up against the wall where she needed $325 and she had $200. And I told her, if you don't have it by the 10 o'clock, I'll just apply your money at a daily rate. And that's going to be a little bit more expensive than if you pay for a whole week. You know how it is. Buy an ounce versus a dime bag is cheaper to buy a whole ounce. If you got the money to buy an ounce, you want to keep smoking, right? Well, buy an ounce. That's what young God does. I'm gonna buy a dime bag for. And so these people are buying dime bags metaphorically for their housing, day by day by day. I'll serve it. I'll serve you a dime bag by the day. And so she was showing on the money, Master Kim. She sent me the $200, but she didn't have the extra $125 to pay for a full week. So we brought on the stream. And people started sending her money. What? Can you believe that, Master Kim?
Yeah, God bless all the panel members and the listeners. That's excellent. It's actually kind of funny, to be honest with you. Not funny in a bad way, but funny that, lo and behold, that she has access to all the listeners and the ability to generate that kind of money. She's very fortunate, to be honest with you. And
God bless young Galt.
Like in a very, she's very lucky, I guess, is probably a better way to say it. Yes, God bless
young Galt.
Yes.
Because I could have said, y'all niggas send me the money. I'm going to divvy up what she owe me and send her the rest. I could have said that. Right? Am I wrong, Master Kim? I could say, hey, yeah, I want to pitch in on her rent. Here she is right here. Send it to me. Like the government do. You ever get money straight from the government? Hell no, it's all the way through a middleman. I ain't middleman that shit. I let her get it direct. I did. Everybody on here, I don't play that middleman shit. I don't like middleman for myself. I ain't gonna play it for anybody else. I let her get her money direct. I did. Everybody heard it, right? Everybody saw it. You didn't send it to me, and I sent it to her, and I do it like a migrant and say, let me get my cut. I ain't do that. That's what
John, this is almost equivalent to you found the job for her, you filled out the job application for her, you actually drove her to work, and then you show up and work her hours. So I am jungle. That's almost the equivalent to that. And it's very rare that you help find her the solution, and you're the guy that's going to be duped the money, that she owes. It's amazing.
And then when I asked Master Kim, I said, have you ever had a landlord do any shit like this for you before? And what she said, guys? What did she say? Any of you niggas on the panel that heard? What did that nigger say when I asked her that? What did she say?
She said never.
Never. No. Most of the landlords scared to even put their face online. Got motherfuckers chasing their ass, wanting to kill their ass and shit like that. Most of these landlords scared, man. Don't even want to be seen. I put a cash app up and let them make some money. I ain't asked for no dibs, no cut. I ain't middleman any of that shit. Where's the white jump ball? And 2 days later, I gave him some grace. It wasn't 10:30 when I went over there. It was like 12 o'clock. When it 12 o'clock? What time? Like 12 o'clock.
It was definitely afternoon.
Rise and shine, sleepyhead.
Afternoon for sure.
She was appreciative, and she had that nice tone of voice. People felt happy. But don't they know some money? They did. Felt like they were doing something. And the day I went and bagged up her things, nicely, I might add. I ain't throw that shit in the trash. I ain't tossing it around. I ain't cut the bras in half. I ain't do none of this shit. Nicely, packed it up, bagged it up, put it on the front porch. Ain't nobody stealing in my neighborhood. You've been around my neighborhood, Mexican. Ain't nobody stealing around here like that. These people got too much shit to be walking around stealing somebody's clothes. We was safe. She said, I'll be in 45 minutes. I waited about 20 minutes. Y'all saw me on the stream, which meant it was only out there about 20 minutes. That's as good as it gets. I made you some money. I bagged your shit up nicely. I ain't steal anything from you. Didn't look through your things. Didn't ravage your shit. Nothing. So she called in. Go ahead.
You know, and she is the solution or the answer and the solution to her own problems. She can even put on the migrant hat. No skills, just do the double deal. You know what the double deal is? The 666. You know, 6 in the morning, 6 at night, 6 days a week. Doesn't matter where she works at. She'll get the man hours together with or without overtime. If she does that straight for 9 months, her problems are solved. Completely solved.
Kim, I'm going to show you the flaw in what you just suggested. I'm going to rewind the tape a little bit. We're going to play it again. And I want you to listen how she talked to John Galt. The motherfucker that decided to allow her a roof over her head and then allow her to come on my stream and make money. And you listen how I can't fucking believe it. That's Kim, listen to this shit. If you're not, you can't people on me.
You're bad.
So I know how much to sing. Let me know.
Send me $10 and the bag, but my bleach wasn't.
Here we go, Mexican. Fuck is going? Is it not playing? What the hell's going on? Hello? Here it is, Mexican.
Well, John, we're here. We just couldn't hear it.
Hello?
Yeah, you can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You talking about somebody stole your shit? So what?
What you mean, so what?
Stole what? What are you saying?
You feel like you talking about you don't know the fuck my shit is gone. You packed all of my shit up and you put them in trash bags, but you for conveniently took my bleach. Nigga, stop playing. You did.
You calling me about some
bleach? You did, Mo. Why would you do that? Nigga, you're petty as fuck. You're trifling as shit. And nothing good is ever going to come to you. I rebuke you in the name of Joshua.
You think I stole your bleach?
You took my bleach,
ma'am,
nigga. What are you talking about?
Ma'am, my cash.
No, don't call me ma'am. No, because I've been very nice. I've been very fucking calm. You packed all of my shit up and you put it in trash bags and you put it the fuck outside.
Mm-hmm. I did that.
And you think that niggas don't know how to get back in that house? Bitch, you're tripping.
Well, look, I was going to ask
I've been very fucking nice to you. Why the fuck would you take my shit?
Ma'am, if you let me...
And I've been paying you my fucking money, Mo.
If you let me respond, I was going to say, if you want me to cash up you some money for
I do. Right, I do.
How much was your bleach?
Conveniently, how the fuck my fucking detergent was in the bags, but my bleach wasn't.
So you think they stole your bleach? Someone stole your bleach?
Nigga, which one of y'all packed my shit up? You packed my shit up. You told my nigga that earlier.
So you think I stole your bleach? It gets worse, Mexican, but can you believe that?
Oh, this is so interesting. I'm very sorry to hear this. It's oh my god.
I'm nervous. This shit don't mean shit to me. It don't mean shit to me. She just destroyed herself. She ain't fuck with me. I got niggas lined up want that room. She ain't fuck with me. But what she did do is destroyed. Take another brick out of the wall of the benefit of the doubt for the blacks. Yeah. Run up on the next landlord and run. The next one, the black that come to me, what do you think I'm gonna be thinking? This motherfucker is cosplaying. He talking all nice and shit like she was the other day when y'all motherfucker was donating her money, and then what? That nigga came out. Master Kim, I want you to hear how she talked to Portia. She didn't know that Portia was on the channel, and that Portia was the one that gave her a big Cash App donation. I want you to listen how this motherfucker burnt the bridge down, blew it up. She'll never be able to go back across that bridge ever again.
I don't give a fuck what you did, but you took my shit is missing.
All right, son.
And it's so convenient. It's so funny how everything else was in the bags except for that. Yeah. Why would you do that?
It could have been my mistake. I could have made a mistake and I put it in the bag.
No, it wasn't your mistake, nigga. You did that intentionally. I see your character. You are not a good person. You are a very fucked up individual.
Well,
and you go on live and go fucking her.
I'm a fucked up individual. Say hi to the bad guy. I'm a fucked up individual. I made her money. This nigga here clowning me by a motherfucking bottle of bleach. I don't even use bleach. I hate the smell of this shit. Look at the bridge being burned down.
Harassing people on YouTube Live to get your fucking little dick point across, and you did that shit for what? You could have led with the fucking people talking to me and giving me cash app and blessing me. You went on live and broadcasted that shit and posted my friend's number and did all that trifling ass shit that you did. And I'm disgusted with this shit because you're older black man and you have two daughters.
I seen the cash app for the bleach. I seen the cash app for the bleach. What's your cash app? We had a cash app up here. I
gave you my cash app. Nigga, what are you talking about? Yeah. I gave it to you.
How much did the bleach cost you? So I know how much to sing. Let me know.
Send me $10.
Now you know I asked that question just to prove a point.
Yeah.
I know about how much bleach cost. $10. What bleach cost?
Not no more than $2. No more than $2.
$10.
And you know she's shopping at Family General.
Nah, in Biden's economy, that shit's about $6-7.
I don't use bleach, so I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I just use vinegar. I'm a vinegar and lemon, fresh lemon. So. But you can keep playing it, John, so they can hear how she reacted to me.
Portia sent her what, $150? How much you sent a Portia? Don't let me call you.
Yeah, yep, that was how much I sent.
Can you believe this, Master Kim? Can you believe this, Master Kim? Burning the bridge down live on YouTube.
Yeah, this is
more than $5.
So strange.
I'm saying $10.
To be bankrupt.
You can send her $5.
What you saying, Master Kim?
You know, it's to be bankrupt, not only financially, bankrupt in manners, bankrupt in looking at the macro big picture or burning the bridge. Just strange, because even for your own self-benefit, being nice and pleasant to Portia, because if Portia gave $150, she could give more next month, and she's not even smart enough to even for her own hustle. I hate to say that, and not that you want to hear that, Miss Portia, but it's just manners are free.
Master Kim, we got a Halloween. I don't know if do you know about a Halloween event we got coming up, Master Kim?
I listened to the stream yesterday. Yeah, it sounds exciting.
Master Kim, let me ask you this question. Master Kim. Did she destroy every opportunity for her to win any $1 in this event? If people knew who she was and she came up with the best fucking outfit, how many people would not choose her solely because of what they heard today?
Me.
I would probably say 80%.
Yeah,
man, people, this is what I'm saying.
Because I would have said so, because I got $200 in the pot for the Halloween contest. And even though I'm not participating,
Oh, really? Damn,
I put $200 in the pot for the competition.
I'm gonna throw another 100 in there because Portia did 100, and I can't let Portia put more money than me in there.
I can still put more money than you after you put another 100. So it's just the thing is that we wanted to go off, right? We wanted to go off.
Yeah.
Thing, right? So it's one of those things where, like, for the young lady Shaterica, it's just like, you know, like I said, I heard her voice, and in my Cash App, I said, you have a voice, you have a gift from God. You got to use that. Because I haven't heard a voice like hers in God knows how long. But for the channel, no matter what our costs are, no matter what our expenses are, this is something that we do. This is something that we love. And for this Halloween, this haunted hotties Halloween beauty battle, we need the money in the pot, okay? And so we want to give these ladies an opportunity to cash out, right? And so that's what it's all about to me. At the end of the day, it's not about me,
right?
It's about the channel. You know what I'm saying? It's about our people. It's about the audience and the fun. And I think that this October 31st is, I think it's going to be dope. So whatever it is that I can do, and the rest of you, and shout out to all of you that have donated to the money pot so far, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great thing. So that's all I got.
But yeah, Master Kim, what we're seeing is a bridge being burned down, like live.
Oh yeah, you know, John, and just with respect to what Portia just mentioned, so a lot of these YouTube stations are hustling people to join courses and to, you know, be part of their you know, whatever the subscription service is, and what Portia is doing and you folks are doing is not subjective. It's tangible, real ability to help people like today in real time. No other channel is doing this. It almost reminds me of the small mixed Baptist church I went to, where they took a collection. They paid their electric bill. I'm sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, Master Kim. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry about that. It reminds me of a small little Baptist church in Pontiac, Michigan I went to. My boy was a preacher, and it was half black, half white, and they took tithings from everyone, and they took all that money and gave it to one mom whose Detroit Edison, the power company, was about to turn off her power. It was weird to see in real action, you know, Christianity or this Baptist church put your money in action. Very similar to, you know, this Halloween show and everything else, you know, that you're putting, you know, money in action. They're physically helping people on the spot, not this subjective thing. It's amazing. I don't know anyone else doing anything similar to this at all.
You know, and you know what's crazy is that, like, she probably broke a lot of people from being willing to give going forward. Someone else came up here, people like, hey, it's probably one of these people who got a nasty attitude, just dancing for money.
Oh yeah, and you know, on top of that, I mean, I hate to say it, and I'm not trying to be belligerent, but it's almost like I hope your next 5 tenants have got an accent and speaking that Creole stuff, because you know they're going to be doing those 12 hours a day to get out of this hole. They're not going to do you dirty like this.
Let me play some more of this, Master. Let me get some more of this.
Why would you do that? Why the fuck would you do that? Shut up, bitch. Whoever the fuck is in the background, bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you, bitch.
I sent you money, but you know.
I don't know who the fuck you talking to, bitch. No.
It's fine. You know, we're praying for you. We're praying for you.
You're violent. You are fucking dirty. You are trifling. You are
it's okay. We're praying for you. We're praying for you.
She off that Remy. She off that Remy tonight.
She is. Isn't she off it? I sent her a big Cash App, so I hit her Cash App. And
I'm pretty sure she's still drinking off of it. That's cool.
Yeah, we hit her Cash App, and I told her, like, you have a beautiful voice. And you know, it's so sad. She's so gifted. She's so gifted. And God has blessed her with a gift that so many other people do not have. And so the only thing we can do is, you know, what we did the other day by hitting her Cash App and just praying for her, because she has a gift that is so beautiful. And I mean, gosh, her voice,
I keep getting attacked. I keep getting attacked by people like this man.
Years.
Her voice did do a 180, didn't it?
You're right.
Let it go.
But it's not
You know,
cool.
the thing is, Russia, is that like whenever people are going through
Hold on, Portia.
I'm not about to go back and forth with you, Mo.
Man,
you get your life, you get your rocks off.
Man, you sit here talking.
And you're contradicting. You're talking about you praying for me, but you don't have nothing good, nothing divine about you. You are demonic. You are satanic. You are an evil person, and you are.
She's saying that to the woman that just gave her money. Stranger. Sight unseen. This shit.
Nah, she was talking about you, John.
No,
I don't think she's talking about me at this point. I think she's talking about Portia.
Yeah, she was talking about Portia.
Right.
Yeah, she was definitely talking to me.
Right. But I don't give a fuck who she's talking to. Her behavior is why that is the highest correlation with the black unemployment. Right there. The black poverty rate. Right there.
Yeah.
This indignant motherfucker, after people done gave her money, hard-earned money. If I give you $100, that means I had to make what, $150 after taxes?
And John, she needs to save you and Portia and your members for truly the big one that's about to come. You know, like her grandma's house is going into foreclosure because of unpaid property taxes, and her family's going to lose a house that's been in the family for 60 years. You know what I mean? And she could at least come to you and maybe not you, but you know someone in Mississippi that will buy it at the sheriff auction and give it back to them at a higher price. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So the point being is just to use that get out of jail card on your stream and to burn that bridge is amazing.
Motherfucker. Burnt that bitch down to the ground.
And I hate to say that, but for their own selfish survival reasons, they need to be polite to people that are stronger than you. You know,
bleach.
And it's over bleach. Crazy.
Talk about
and you're right, she will always be poor because of that inability to
that right there will keep you from ever climbing up out of poverty. That right there, I don't give a fuck how much you know, what you can do. That mindset right there, what you just saw, what you're gonna see a little bit more of.
Yeah.
You can't get beyond that. I don't know. Like, you got to know something. You're going to have to work with somebody, and nobody won't deal with that. Period.
Yeah, it's a deficit mindset.
That's amazing.
Moving at a loss.
It's one of those walk on eggshell type of things. You know, if you're working with somebody, you know you can't, express yourself in a certain type of way.
They don't talk about this much anymore, but in Russia, you might be a little bit too young. University, you may know. Remember when people used to talk about culture and fit when you were applying for a job?
Yeah, it's a good cultural fit. Yeah,
we assume you can do the job, but like culture. You are you aware of this too, Russia?
Yeah, because you have to be honest. Like working in spaces where I work, being a African American, of course, you would have to be a cultural fit. Like, for example, right, when I was working at the port, I used to manage a team of like 22 guys, right? And out of the 22 guys, 2 guys would walk around with golds in their mouths and pants sagging off their ass. And I'm like, bro, like we're cool, but at the same time, this does not look right to the company that we're working for, right? We were contracted. So whether or not you were a cultural fit would pretty much determine whether or not you'll have a job or not for an extended period of time. Yeah. Some guys were more conformal to it. Other guys were more rebellious against it. And those rebellious guys got pushed out, including my cousin, who I gave a job to. So, yeah.
Everybody want to do a bleach fund. Should we do a bleach fund? Let's get let's do a bleach fund. You want to do a bleach fund? You don't want to do a fucking.
What did we send in 25 cents at a time or something?
Put in bleach. What is that fucking cash app? Bleach. Bleach will make you dance.
No, John, she can't get no more money. Because you know what? We have StreamYard fees. I have fees. I work too hard. I've already sent money. I didn't put money on the Halloween. And it's just like, she ain't, listen, she ain't getting no more money out of me. And if y'all send the money, it needs to be to the host. They got to pay for this. And even us sending money to her, we sent money to her that takes away from the production of the show. So she done got what she got. And then the fact that she called in all nasty and rude like she did, you know, excuse my French, fuck her. Same thing she said to me.
Let's play some more. Let's let Mexican be the rest of this.
Hey, John, can I squeeze in a comment real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Mexican.
You know, it's almost, this is biblical, right? Housing, you know, there's certain things that it's almost like a boxer hears the bell ring, they snap up, or they stand at attention. You know, something, your house, your car, and your job. Those three things, you stand at attention. You're clear understanding of what's going on, because you don't want to be living out on the street. So it's almost, you know, you're not talking about her borrowing your lawnmower and then bringing it back out of gas and the grass all in the blade. We're talking about her housing. So for her to act raw like this, it's strange, because this is going to affect her immediately. You know, and again, it's just puzzling, that kind of behavior. It's as if she borrowed your lawnmower and didn't return it the right way. This is a big deal, and she's acting a fool.
Master Kim, one thing, and you know this, you've worked in the hood long enough. When it comes to the typical black American mindset, it is so minimalized that we do not think that far ahead. It is moment to moment thinking, and your basic physiological needs, shelter, food, heat. Some may even throw sex in there. We don't even do those things constructively. And that Pastor Manning clip is like one of the best clips ever, because there is something wrong with our minds. We are one of the only ethnic groups I've ever seen that thinks a completely 180 different than everybody else. It's fascinating. And then we think there's nothing wrong with it. It is fascinating.
Well, we kind of see the same effects of that behavior going on right now with the election, right? Because the psychology that went into brainwashing blacks into just thinking everything Democrat was right is going on right now in the population for everybody, right? You have people who are unexpectedly just going with the left, just blindly, just because they think that it's right for black people for whatever reason.
Sure. But Rashid, don't you think that there's something wrong when you live your entire life, generation almost after generation, doing the wrong fucking thing?
No, I agree, but I'm saying like it's kind of by design. It's kind of by design, though. I agree, it's kind of by design, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I forget the guy who.
Go ahead. I'm just
calling. I can still hear you, and I'm not saying you're wrong, Rashid. By the way.
No. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just think that maybe what I'm saying is not clear. Maybe I gotta, But what I'm saying is that we have kind of been brainwashed out of critical thinking to a degree.
Absolutely.
And it's moved past black people. Black people was like the first stepping stone because we were easy. We were just coming out of slavery, right? We were an easy target after the MK Ultra experiments that they were testing on people, right? They were learning human behaviors, and this is all open information. But they tested it on the black generation, and I think that has evolved now to putting it on the masses. And that's what we see right now. That's why you have people who literally cannot tell you any of Kamala Harris's fiscal policies, but they can tell you how much Donald Trump hates black people. But then when you ask him what's the evidence of that, they cannot point to any particular evidence.
Rashid, most of these people can't tell you who the principal of their children's school is. We don't give a fuck.
Right. So what I'm saying is it doesn't transcend just to, it doesn't just overlap just to politics. It's everything, because look at the reading comprehension
Yes, exactly.
You know, that has gone down since me and you. Well, you're probably older than me, but since I was in elementary school, right? The reading comprehension, the math comprehension, all of those levels were on par with the rest of the world, and now we're so significantly declined to the point
let me play a little bit more of this video here, guys. We don't want to get into a political. We go back over there to Stanley in a minute, and I'm sure he's going at it.
I received that, and I received that because it's coming from you.
No.
I can only imagine how hard it is whenever God has something so promising over your life, and whenever you're rejecting it, and that's what you're doing, and that's okay. But God is trying to reach out to you because He's already given you the gift. You're running from it.
I can receive that too.
You're running from
that too. I just don't like the fact that I'm partying.
And so, hey, Shaterica, it doesn't matter what you say to me. You can get it off, and I want you to do that. But one thing I want you to know,
I'm interacting with John Galt. I'm not interacting with you, young lady.
You're on our show.
Okay, hold on. If you want to interact with me, then I want you to know who you just interacted with. This is one of the people that sent you a big cash app.
Yeah.
Right, and you just came on here and talked all reckless to this woman. She didn't have to send you a dime. She did. And there were other people up here.
That's why I read.
You know, honestly, sweetheart, I'm just telling you straight up how I would go about it. If all those people sent me cash app and a motherfucker mistakenly didn't include my bleach, sweetheart, I promise you, I don't even use bleach. I don't use that shit. Right? I don't use no bleach. I don't use bleach. Everybody know what I use. I've talked about it many times on this channel. Right? I don't use bleach. Right?
I'm Caribbean. That's what we do.
Okay, but I don't use it. I ain't Caribbean. Right? So clearly I have no value in using it. There's no value in me stealing your bleach. But here I am saying, I'll pay you for the bleach. Fuck, I don't give a shit. Right? But you talking reckless to the lady that contributed to you. I put you up here. I put you. It's too fucking late for that. I put you up here.
Okay.
On you, but let me finish. Let me finish. I'm gonna let you. I'll let you go off.
No, because you
no. Let's see. I'm saying you're trying to teach you something. I'm saying you're trying to teach you something. Honestly, you came on here. You told us you lost your mother and your father. People had sympathy for you. They gave you cash apps, and I asked you. I said,
"I want no fucking sympathy. You're the one that decided to broadcast that and put it on.
If you're not gonna let me talk, we just going to let you get off the phone. I'm seeing this.
No, I'm not supposed to talk.
Okay, fair enough. All right.
You know what, Portia? You almost.
That was it right there, Master Kim. Bleach.
She don't want no
bleach. It wasn't by no bleach, Master Kim.
No, it's deeper.
Understand, Master Kim? This is the problem with the blacks. Like, they're squabbling over so small, petty ass shit.
Yep.
Do you think that some of it, and again, this is obviously wrong what you did, but maybe this protection mechanism, because you can't be soft or look weak, but when they're doing it 24/7 at the wrong, it almost reminds me of that Dave Chappelle skit, trying to keep it real when she needs to be humble and appreciative, but she's in overdrive of trying to look,
when keeping it real goes wrong.
Yes, but in this situation, being humble and appreciative and toning it down is going to save her versus just trying to be strong and hard and accusatory. So maybe she's in this beastie mode when she needs to be into this appreciative down to earth mode because of her hood dynamics. She's unable to extend the decency and manners of thank you and appreciativeness. She's more worried about how she's looking weak on your stream and stuff like that, which is so silly and selfish.
No, I don't think that's what it is, Master Kim. Master Kim, what I think it is, man, like, it's the lack of foresight. Yeah, $400 is cool. Thank you very much. But I got so many big problems. If $400, is shit. That's a night out in DC. Not even a great night out. Cheap.
It's a 3-star steak dinner and back home.
Couple Ubers, a couple.
That's
drinks,
a fact. That's a fact,
little
John.
dinner, man. You over $400, man. Like,
if you go out with 2 people, yeah, you can easily spend that in the first place you go.
Man, you know, she got a Temple degree and
What a waste.
man,
What that lady got a 4-year degree?
Temple University.
You gotta be kidding.
And a voice of an angel.
Hey, I just had a nigga from Georgetown broke a bitch jaw in my house, in the same house. Right? Am I lying?
Yeah.
Am I lying?
No, you did show us that.
Georgetown more prestigious than Temple.
Yeah. I think about that all the time. Like, how did you blow that? Georgetown. Georgetown.
Jaw.
God,
I showed this resume, that pitiful ass goddamn resume. Resume fucking pitiful, Mexican fucking pitiful ass.
I always, I'm at work during the day, but when I hear you guys talking about, rent prices in the DMV, and everybody's up here saying that, that's expensive, I'm like, man, those numbers that they're talking are normal.
They're gonna bring their rent to me. Shit. Mexican.
Hey, John, they say that you're expensive, but a 1 bedroom.
They want me to be more expensive on these motherfuckers. They say my shit cheap. They be everyone up here. Every time I show them, I'm like, hey, this you cheap. You need to raise your prices.
A guy at my job, he's looking for apartments now. I asked him, single bedroom apartment. I think he said it was like 690 something square feet, something like that, or maybe even under that. But his rent was $2,700.
Yeah, I can see it. Mexican, Rashu, Porsche, Universal, people in the audience. When you first saw me come on stream, I came on, and one of the things I probably was, if you go back, like all these educated ass Negroes and people in general walking around, and I've talked about that Booker T. Washington clip where it's cruel. Let me see if we got this. Anyone remember that clip that I played? I've shown you several times. I ain't gonna say many.
Booker T. Washington.
Yes, it's a clip from Booker T. Washington. Let me see if I got it. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. I know I have it, but I got. I'm not gonna get off this stream until I show it. I have to be here by myself. While I'm looking for it, though, what I'll do is I'm going to share this one with you first. I hope you can read this and not. Yeah, this is a good start. All right, this is a good start. John dropped the link for me. Gotcha. All right, give me 1 second, American man. I'm about to drop the link for you.
I just dropped it in the chat.
Right. Let me. What's up at the show? Booker T. Washington. Then I'm looking for the money quote. I think you guys, for the ones of you that can see a pattern, you should be able to see a pattern forming. I want you to read this quote. If you can't see it, you let me know. I'll make it bigger. Can you see? You can't see. This has been my life. The life of John Galt right here. I know you can see that right now. Can you see that?
Yep, we can see it.
All right. So you can see that. While you're looking for that, I'm going to look for this other quote. If I got to fucking send it to myself again, I will. You see that right there? Let me know when I need to scroll down. I'm just looking for something while you're looking at that. I found it. Ooh.
So this is what I call to appealing to authority. It's not so. I love scientific research, but there are a lot of things that are outside of that context of quote unquote science. But then when you look back into the history, you realize that fringe sciences are purposely pushed out. Like you have Scientific Secrecy Acts from 1954, I think that was the date or something like that, where certain patents would come out and they would make them secret because it's not advantageous to the current worldview, aka oil, gas, certain forms of electricity, all that type of stuff, copper, etc. Everything that the stock market is built off of, which is why certain scientific aspects have been stagnant. And I'm very much into learning about that because you do learn a lot of, quote unquote, esoteric knowledge that does have a lot of scientific, quote unquote, testable, replicatable observations or outcomes that you may have from practicing certain things. And then when you go back to scientists like, Richard Feynman, you go back to Tesla, you go back to Heaviside, and you realize these people are more self-taught because you didn't really have established colleges for that type of stuff back in those days, and a lot of them were self-taught in a lot of different just experimental things, and based off of their experimental things they derive things.
I definitely you get what I'm saying, because you don't work with your hands per se. You may use your hands, but there's some knowledge in your head that you're able to use your hands, but there's knowledge behind what you're using your hands for. You work in electronics, right? Building circuits.
But I'm doing physical work in electronics. Right. So the engineers are coming to me saying, "Hey, this is what I need you to do. How do I make it happen?"
But when I started streaming, one of the biggest things that I've noticed as a landlord over the years is that all this education seems to be like a detriment to the people.
Yeah, it is, because they can't think outside of the box, and that's kind of where I was going with it. But I was along with it.
I think it's not necessarily thinking outside the box, because you can't make people think outside the box.
Right.
I told you the story about the white guy that worked for me. You seen him on the street. This motherfucker come up with ideas that he doesn't have any education, but he has ideas. I tip my hat to him for that. University Jones, you know what I'm talking about. You have an employee that motherfucker just keep coming on ideas. He may not be the best employee, but he got good ideas, but you gotta keep him around. The ideas, the young man, and maybe the ideas flowing to the young boy. Like Gary, they came up with the bands and will make them dance.
Shout out to Gary.
Shout out to the young man and all this. They their mind is flowing,
Well,
and so anyway, over the years, and I'm talking about a long time, and I can sense a pattern this is from Booker T. Washington, CKJ3. He asked, Booker T. Washington, I'll let you know what book it is in a second. But over the years, man, I tell you, the educated people have the hardest fucking time paying rent. Why is that? I'm trying my best to figure it out, and think I've figured it out. You got a head full of mush, corporate banks and shit like that. The universities, they've bamboozled them. Loaded their backs up with debt without the ability to do a damn thing. Can't even pay John Galt, living together. And they call me about bleach in America. Man, it's bigger than that. Hell yeah, it's big. You got a Temple fucking degree, and you call a nigga like me from bleach? Come on, man. You think the Temple You see me riding my motherfucking bike through Northwest DC. It's a lot of temple grass I probably pass. You think they worry about some fucking bleach? You heard what the rent is when we were streaming at Busmore and Poise and shit. That young pretty white woman, I can't remember her name. She sat down with that. I can't remember the brand of purse. She said rent like $2,800. And then the black couple next to them, they homeless. Tell the two cities. And I've seen this over and over. All these educated blacks in the city. The government can't solve them. They can't get a government job. There's nothing for them to do.
There we go. Do you see that? You know, John, I just read the highlighted part, right? And it comes back and it comes to what I was gonna jump in here and initially say. These people are like they're able to just memorize and repeat stuff.
Yeah.
That's the educated class
what
today.
Book you read?
Memorize and repeat.
Shakespeare, Milton, Cicero. They can't do shit.
Right, but
the people they learn from can't do shit either.
Right, that's the educated class. Like again, you know, I said it yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yesterday, day before. I said it yesterday. All these educated people, right? And I'm just a dumb plumber. But guess what? They have to make my coffee right in Starbucks or apologize to me. That's your educated class.
You sure did.
The one that can't pay your rent. The one that Shadarika was a bartender.
Like
Shadarika was a bartender. She served American man. If he don't like the way she sliced the orange in his old fashioned, he sent it back. Do it again. And again.
You still mad about that orange, John, huh? He gave you a wedge in the old fashioned. Ain't that a bitch, man?
Hold on, but I can't send it back. You guys, Master Kim, you still here? Again, this has been the story of my life. When I ran into this quote and I matched it up with the people who, when they're unable to pay rent, I tell you one time I had this fucking welder, and I'm going to tell you the story, but I want you to read this quote first. What is he saying right now?
In too many cases where merely literary education alone has been given the Negro youth, given to the Negro youth, but given the Negro youth, it has resulted in an exaggerated estimate of his importance in the world and an increase of wants, which his education has not fitted him to supply.
What?
Excerpt from The Future of the American Negro, Booker T. That is an absolute fact.
You think I'm done? You know, I'm just warming up. 20-something years of collecting rent from motherfuckers. I see pattern. And I probably wouldn't see it if I was not a software developer, but being a software developer is all about seeing patterns. You go to the cash register at Kroger or Safeway or Giant or Albert's, whatever the fuck it's called, it's all the same pattern. Ring this shit up. Cash, credit card, or EBT, cash out, receipt, delivered. That works. Patterns. But Booker T. Washington goes on. I want to share this with you.
Yo,
this is the money court.
You want to know the part, John? You want to know the part that I find most important in that? Said that it has made him a consumer, and he's not a supplier of anything. Doesn't supply anyone with anything.
Take a look at it.
Consumer, and a consumer and the king consumer, basically the king consumer. That's amazing.
Master Kim, any thoughts on this? This is Booker T. Washington.
Yeah, that's it's very interesting hearing that, and in addition to that, and there's two things I guess I wanted to comment about that. One is, if they're experiencing success in other ways, especially sexual success, right? If they're out there slamming it and getting at it, they don't need to go get that degree, to go get that Corvette or whatever, compared to average men have to add things to their game to step up to make themselves much more attractive to the opposite sex. One, and then two, What about the habits, cultural family habits, like the families that have got generations of people in the family that have gone on to Division I school to play football or baseball or whatnot. They know instinctually by the time you're a sophomore in high school, you need to be this and that. Paying bills and paying rent is kind of the same thing, But if you come from like Section 8 housing and where some of the money's funny or subsidized and all this crazy stuff, maybe these families never develop these habits to pass on to their kids to take rent serious, both white and black, by the way, not just hood black, across the board. And case in point, this lady isn't taking your rent money serious versus, everyone on this call, everyone on this panel grew up in a structure. Don't be playing with the man's money. You can be out on the street, literally, in the 7-day notice to quit. Boy,
Master
you better
Kim.
pay that money. Yeah.
Master Kim. This morning, I think it was this morning, I ain't just clean her room up. How many of you guys saw me clean up other rooms? I think you saw that, right? Did you see that?
Yeah, I've seen you clean up a few rooms, yeah.
But maybe today, but you see me every day. These people see me clean out these motherfuckers. I'm cleaning them up. The shit, the piss in the jars. You know what happens. Don't even act like we don't. I do all that shit. And I keep trying to tell people, Master Kim, it's like, why hasn't one person to see me come in like clean and say, hey, sir, I ain't making that much money. You need some help around here? Like the white boy did. But he had skills. So he had something to offer. Most people don't want to do what I'm doing. They're cleaning up his shit. And so look at this quote right here, American Man or Master Kim Rashu, Portia. People in the chat. I want to get your guys' opinion on this right here.
Are you asking? Or you...
Yeah, I want you to read it. And
all right, yeah. So I do got something to say. I was letting you finish, but to me, this is kind of like the difference between the philosophers of the past versus to the workers. You know what I mean? You had the philosophers who were always thinking about shit. You know what I mean? Not really doing anything. Versus the workers would actually be outside honing in skills, but they would be actually experiencing things by dealing with people like you, John Galt. You know what I mean? You're experiencing things, you're telling stories based off of what's actually going on in your real world versus to what you're just pondering about. Both things I think are good to a degree. Right? So
yeah. We might have to rewind.
That's my opinion. You have
this joint.
Just thought experiences.
I'm sorry, Rashi. You're right. Bob, do we need to rewind this motherfucking team one more time, or have you seen what's going on? We can keep pushing.
Just give me a 10-second breakdown.
I can't do that, Bob. I'm too long-winded.
Universal Jones.
You would like it, Bob. You would like it. Right up your speed.
You guys have already. I don't want to hold you all up.
All right, let me give you a 30-second. A lady was short on money since she was an orphan, blah, blah, blah. She was a guest of mine, tenant, whatever the hell you want to call her. Stayed a couple weeks. And I told her, the money due, blah, blah, blah. And so she came up on the stream, and Porsche, Jay, and Crack, and others, HB, donated her money. They ain't donated to me. I could have played the middleman on that shit, Bob, and said, donate it to me, and I treat her like a migrant and take my rent cut out of it and give her the rest. I could have done that.
Okay.
But I didn't want to play the middleman. I let her get the money. And today, I packed up her shit because her shit was still in the house. And I given her a little grace to let her check out late. Her shit was still there, so I bagged her shit up, and she called in while I was bagging her shit up, and I put it.
John, you breaking up?
I put her shit nice and neatly outside, and right on the porch, not where someone could steal it or anything like that. And we gave her about $300 in cash out, Bob, and probably more than that, but let's just say 300. And she called in today. She raising the holy hell, cursing people out. A Temple University graduate. Unbelievable.
She called in to you? Or called into the stream?
Yeah.
Why was she cussing people out?
Because I guess I didn't include her bleach. So
she's black.
So what does that have to do with it? What race got to do with it?
She black.
You know,
you want to say I can show it? I can show it to you if you like to see it.
I'm sure you want to. I wouldn't mind. But is she your typical?
She is. You want to hear it? I'll let you judge for you.
Yeah.
And,
I want to say something follow up about this, but go ahead, John.
And so she cursed Portia J out, even though Portia J gave her about $150. And she said, "You motherfucker, I curse you in the name of Yahshua."
Okay.
And because I guess she didn't get her bleach back.
John, who is Yahshua? I'm in catechism classes right now, and I've never, Bob, since you're here, I've never heard of Yahshua. I don't know who that is. I've never.
That's Black Jesus.
Yeah,
I haven't.
Yeah.
Yahshua.
Hey, I haven't heard of him, but okay.
Jim. Yeah, when God wants to be Jewish, that's what he's called.
Yahshua.
Yeah.
So she
Black
cursed.
Okay. Well, if you want to let Bob go ahead and hear that,
I would love to hear it.
Do you want to hear Bob? All
right. It sounds like a little screwery up my. Rashu, you're right. That's kind of my alley.
Bob, you ready? You ain't ready. You sit down.
Ready.
You got your uniform on. You probably ready.
I'm ready.
Where does this shit started? What? Tenant already told me, bro. About this shit like for free. What's going on? People have for room.
I love this shit. God, I love fuckery.
So what do you?
You packed all of my shit up and you put them in trash bags, but
somebody stole your shit. Hello? Here we go, Bob. This is for you, Bob. Thanks for supporting the stream, by the way, Bob. This is for you. Oh shit. Let me put it up on the screen. Oh shit. Hello? Oh, of course you got it. Right.
Yeah, you can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You talking about somebody stole your shit? So what?
What you mean, so what?
Stole what? What are you saying?
You feel like you talking about you don't know the fuck my shit is gone. You packed all of my shit up and you put them in trash bags, but you for conveniently took my bleach.
Really?
You didn't stop playing. You did.
You calling me about some
bleach? You did, Mo. Why would you do
Mo?
that? Nigga, you're petty as fuck. You're trifling as shit. And nothing good is ever going to come to you. I rebuke you in the name of Joshua.
You think I stole your bleach?
You took my bleach. What are you talking about?
Ma'am, my cash.
No, don't call me ma'am. No,
okay,
no. Because I've been very nice. I've been very fucking calm. You cracked all of my shit.
Well, you don't need to hit no more shit. You better fly a plane. I ain't gonna soul play your ass up with this shit right here. Yeah, your ass soul play. You be dancing in the plane.
Bob can let him hear the rest. He can handle it.
I can handle it. Yeah, I can handle it. I love this.
But, I mean, is it really worth playing? Like,
yes,
if you want to hear it, I'll play it for you. It's just up to you. You want to?
Do you guys mind? Does everyone mind on the panel? I don't want to.
You gotta let Bob. Bob got it.
All right. Y'all just want to embarrass this sister.
You like it too, brother.
You feel the same way too.
Get up and you put it in trash bags and you clear the fuck outside.
I did that.
And you think the niggas don't know how to get back in that house? Bitch, you're tripping.
Well, look, I was going to ask
I've been very fucking nice to you. Why the fuck would you take my shit?
Ma'am, if you let me...
And I've been paying you my fucking money, Mo.
Mo? if you let me respond, I was gonna say if you want me to cash up you some money.
Yeah, I do.
Right,
Yeah, I do.
How much was your
But
bleach?
conveniently, how the fuck my fucking detergent was in the bag, but my bleach wasn't.
So you think they stole your bleach? Someone stole your bleach?
Nigga, which one of y'all packed my shit up? You packed my shit up. You told my nigga that earlier.
So you think I stole your bleach?
I don't give a fuck what you did, but you took my shit is missing.
All right, so.
And it's so convenient. It's so funny how everything else was in the bags except for that. Yeah. Why would you do that?
She's got a point, John.
It could have been my mistake. I could have made a mistake and I put in the bag.
No, it wasn't your mistake, nigga. You did that intentionally. I see your character. You are not a good person. You are a very fucked up individual.
Well,
and you go on live and go fucking harassing people on YouTube live to get your fucking little dick point across. And you did that shit for what? You could have led with the fucking people talking to me and giving me cash app and blessing me. You went on live and brought
little dick energy.
Little dick
guys,
point.
You guys gave her money to help her out, to help her move out?
No,
I didn't pay shit.
They gave her money because she said she was an orphan and she was still living in the place and she owed me $325. She paid $200. I credited her for 3 days and she came on the stream, talked about how she'd been shot by some niggas, not white people, one white supremacy. And people said, well, we're gonna give you some money. And Portia and all the cavalry came to her aid. This is like the Green Dragon Tavern.
Okay.
Came to the aid of a fellow citizen. And now the fellow citizen choose that snake that Donald Trump talked about.
John, when there's an accident report that comes out, okay, one of the first things I do is look at the names. And if I see the pilot is a woman, I don't really read the rest of the accident report. That's all I need to see. And in that same vein, as sexist as that is, when you're dealing with black people, I don't need really to hear anything else. I already know there's a problem. However, her admonishment of you was absolutely hilarious. I enjoy the way her tone was, how she called you a little dick. She rebuked you in the name of God.
Yeshua.
I mean, she lets you have, and on top of that, she's a Temple student.
No, graduate.
She's a Temple graduate.
What?
She's a Temple graduate?
Yeah. Y'all do know where Temple is, right?
It's in the hood.
It's in Philadelphia, though, right?
Really?
It's literally 150 paces, walking paces outside of the campus.
Well, Georgia Tech used to be like that. Georgia Tech was in the hood.
Yeah, it was.
But the people that come out of that, yeah.
Bob, let me ask you this question. Can you see what's on the screen right here, Bob? Oh, shit. Let me do it again. Let me see what I got. Oh, it's a guy got. Let's go.
It's a resume.
I mean, this is
a shitty resume. Jesus.
I want you to look at this resume, Bob. I've shown it before, but I want you to see it.
This is what you're dealing with, man.
Look at it. Look,
this is homeboy.
Wait a minute now, Bob. Now, you talking down on Georgetown University? What? Look at that. That boy got a master's. Yeah, master. He got a master's degree.
This is her. This is not her.
What? What'd you say?
Who is this? This is not her, obviously. Who
no, this
what are you showing me now?
This nigga broke a bitch jaw in my house in the same house. Broke that bitch's jaw. You let me he broke that bitch's jaw. He broke a bitch's jaw in my house, man.
But he's an athlete.
No, this nigga.
He's an athlete, though, right? He broke a jaw. J-A-H.
J-A-W.
Okay, so I don't know, man. I mean, this is what you're dealing with. This is what you're dealing with. I don't know how you get through this, man. I mean, these are people that are supposed to be at the top.
Hey, Georgetown graduate, Bob.
My dad was a doctor at Georgetown, by the way. And in the summer times, I'd go with him and I'd see some of the residents he was teaching. All white, unbelievably crisp, clean, good students, smart people. I can't imagine one of them doing stuff like this.
Man, I tell you what, Georgetown got some damn expensive parking tickets.
Bob,
you a minute over.
If you can't fucking believe it, I got the text messages to prove.
That guy beat the shit out of his girlfriend. She left in the end. We could hit.
And didn't she come back, John?
Oh, he swung that dick, I guess. Listen, man, you know, one of the things, Bob, man, you know, you've heard me say it on stream, like, can't fuck with the tenants. You can't fuck with the tenants. This nigga here was fucking other bitches in the house while his girl was paying the rent. What?
John,
what?
I threw a first officer. I threw a co-pilot out one time. He and I got into a disagreement. And I said, you know, you're going to have to call scheduling. I'm not flying with you anymore. The idea, though, of looking at him and calling him a bitch and saying, go fuck his mom, and you know, just going on with that hood shit was the farthest thing. And his response to me, while heated, it was level, it was articulate. But there was no violence involved, man. There was no ad hominem attacks. He didn't attack, you know, sexuality or parental upbringing.
He talk about your big dick energy, your little dick energy. He said your energy was low. Little dick.
It was nothing like that.
Chief little dick.
Nothing like that at all. I can't. This way of thinking, God, I sound more like my dad. This way of thinking is beyond me, man. But it's consistent.
A lot of these people don't know how to respond without violence. Once you really start challenging them, they don't know how to de-escalate. They just escalate.
Got that little dick energy.
Well, sure, you would think, though, that someone who's achieved a college level status would at least be around people who they see.
Well, that's the irony. That's the irony in what John is trying to illustrate when he's talking about these educated people. They're educated on book, you know,
right,
on paper, essentially. But as far as the real world, they don't have any real education.
Right.
When they don't know how to deal with people.
Like when they bump into that and they end up bartending with a Georgetown degree, this shit makes them angry as a motherfucker. And that's why they blow up over a fucking bottle of bleach. Nigga, they won't buy no bleach. Right? They won't buy no bleach.
She's yelling at people that helped her.
Huh?
She's yelling at people that helped her?
Yes. And that's what I'm saying. Like
that's the point, right?
Like I was saying to John.
Go ahead.
Like I was saying to everybody earlier that was listening, like, she's clearly inebriated. She called back because she probably feels some type of way that she exposed herself a couple days ago. And now John is putting her stuff out on stream, and she's probably watching because she knows she didn't pay.
She wasn't drunk.
She knows she didn't pay.
Like that, huh? Like even if she was drunk, that when like that animus there went deeper than the bleach, bro. Promise you. The animus there went deeper in the bleach. Promise you.
I would think if you're around a certain environment, after a while, you kind of just learn the customs through just simple osmosis. If you're around a bunch of people for a while, you kind of learn the normal.
Well, what are they really learning in college these days, Bob? That's what I'm saying. Like it's indoctrination to a more Marxist type of communist type of perspective, more so than it is, you know, just really trying to learn the basics of, you know, physics and business, mathematics and communication, etc. It goes. They're trying to teach you an ideology, and that ideology is now being pushed onto the world.
Arshu, I couldn't agree more. I would say that in college, I learned more outside of the classroom than inside the classroom, just simply being around other people. And I'm thinking to myself, at Georgetown University, you didn't see these other students.
So John just brought up, John, what was that quote you just brought? Was it a quote or was it something out of the book that you highlighted?
Let me put a quote up for you.
I don't think Bob was up here for that. John, we literally just brought up that same point.
Yeah,
I thought it was interesting because my first year in university, I spent my first year in university was at Georgetown, DC, and I didn't see a lot of Negroes. I saw myself and a few others, athletics, and the handful of us that weren't part of an athletic, basketball program. It was a little bit of us, but none of us. We didn't come from bad stock.
So you played basketball?
No. I was at Georgetown on an academic scholarship, but I was at Georgetown University in my first year in school, and it was just 2 black folks, and they weren't ratchet. They weren't like her.
Like most black people can't even find Georgetown. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You ain't lying about that shit. That shit hard to find.
yeah, and that's where I spent my first year. Like, graduated from high school. You had that summer. Moved up to DC, and I was at Georgetown. So I was at Georgetown my first year, and it wasn't a lot of black people there. Like it was hard to find.
Shit, you can't get in no train around there.
Listen, my first time going to Georgetown, I was going to pick up a chick I was dating. She worked out there, and I parked in a spot. It was 6:58 and free parking at 7:00. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, it's 2 minutes. I'm good. Walked in there, came outside, $368 ticket. I'm like, bro, Jesus Christ.
To be honest with you, I've never been on Georgetown's campus. As long as I've been here.
John, you guys notice that the Metro doesn't come to Georgetown?
Yeah, it doesn't go there.
Because they don't want that element coming down there. I maintain that.
No, you gotta know how to get there. You gotta drive, and it's out the way. Like it's out the way.
Like, here's Georgetown. Let's see if I can show it to you. Here's Georgetown. Here's where I am. I'm all the way over here. Shit. Yeah. I'm all the way over here. Right.
Oh, you live close to my dad. He's in Bowie.
All the way over here. But the trains basically stop like over here.
Hey John, show where Bethesda is.
Oh, Bethesda where Fauci works.
That's where I live. That's where I grew up, Potomac.
So I work in Bethesda.
Oh, Bethesda is like right. Oh,
so right here.
Yeah.
So for me, when I put in that bar that you and Roz girl was at.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a long way, right?
I think it said like 9.9 miles or something like that.
Mm.
Guess how long it would it take me to get there?
Potomac,
that's 45 minutes?
No, it was an hour and 10 minutes, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't take the Beltway. I had to go all street.
That's true. DC doesn't have highways.
Exactly.
Like you just can't hop on 75, 95, 85. Hell no.
So the other day when you guys were talking about why these guys would pay more money to stay in DC rather than go outside of DC, that's why, because it's going to cost them a lot to come back into DC.
All street, bro. It's all street, like stop sign after the motherfucking stop sign.
Like John, I told you, from my house, it's only like 45 minutes from my house in Baltimore to where you are, because not to where you are, but where that bar was, because it's right off of 295. There's outside of that, you're not getting down to DC quick. Nah, it's going to take you some time. So yeah.
And so anyway, so the lady.
You ever heard of Gravely Point?
Yeah, is that down by the mall and shit like that?
Yeah, it's by the airport. That's
that's right, the airport. Yeah. People go down there and watch the planes.
Yeah, I used to do that as a kid. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You grew up in this area? That's right. You just say you grew up in. Yeah, that's a rich area, man. Were you living there when Jawan Howard lived there?
Yeah, around that area. Yeah. Well,
my buddy Philippe went to Jawan Howard houses for a party or something.
I was there beforehand.
Yeah.
Adrian Danley, Sugar Ray Leonard lived around me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you remember when the black football players started a movement to go live in PG County?
Oh.
You remember that?
I didn't know about the movement, but I am aware that a lot of football players do live in PG County. A lot of black people in general live in PG County.
Back in the day, a lot of black football players moved to PG County. You know, like basketball too. I think it was Chris Webber, a couple other guys. It didn't turn out like they thought it would, but anyway. So that was the lady that called in today. Really, DJ MFB, did you hear the lady today? She really showed her ass today. You know how
she rebuked you in the name of Yeshua.
Hey John, is PG County basically the evidence that Be Brave always talks about?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
because if you think about it, PG County was like pretty much open land, and then a bunch of Negroes started moving out there, and now you see the same type of bullshit going on.
Yeah, this is PG County right here. Yeah.
Well, the thing about PG County is PG County has sides to it. Now, there's still an element of, because again, black people don't practice classism. So the upper class Negroes often tend to associate themselves with the impoverished Negroes and try to keep them in because we're all family, and then you begin to lower the property value of the neighborhood.
Yes.
But the thing about over there too, just to add, it's kind of like a southern, let's say American Man. You're down there in North Carolina, right?
Yes.
It's kind of like a Raleigh, where you have, let's say, up by Raleigh, it's a lot more affluent, and then once you get 20 minutes, 15 minutes outside of Raleigh, it's a little bit more kind of like what would you call it? Lower class, maybe like
maybe many years ago, but now everything outside of Raleigh, 20 minutes outside of Raleigh, because I live in the suburbs of Raleigh, and the median house income is between $300,000 and $1 million. So,
hey, let me get.
Yeah, Raleigh's a lot more affluent but I'm probably talking 20 years ago.
Did you hear what I just said? I live in the suburbs of Raleigh. The median home is from $300,000 to $1 million.
I heard you. I'm saying I might be wrong, and my assessment might be from like 20 years ago, but I'm kind of just trying to use a loose example. But you're right. Raleigh and has definitely.
Let me get back to this core here, guys. I want to get Master Kim while we see it. Master Kim, are you on the treadmill? Or you
That's a crazy quote.
What do you think about that quote right there, Master Kim? I've seen it play out in my life as a landlord. I tell you, man, I once had this plumber. I'm sorry, a welder. Nigga was a welder. And he always kept his job, no matter how, low motivated he was. He could always get work. He's a welder. It's probably plenty of work underwater, whatever the hell you want to do. And I saw on with the trades, the plumbers, the electricians, they always find side jobs and shit to make up the rent money. But the educated man is like 9 to 5, that's it. Nothing he could do with his education. I came up with a little saying years ago, like, can you make $100 a month with just what you know? The educated man knows a whole bunch of shit, but he can't turn it over into $100 a month.
All right, that's true.
The plumbing man, that plumbing shit he goddamn he can work sun up and sundown if he so chose. The educated man, he's limited 9 to 5. And so here's the Booker T. Washington quote. I want to hear your guys' opinion on this. Master Ken, what do you think about this?
education increases greatly. Increasing his ability to apply these improvements. So if we make them smart, they're going to want more, but we can't give them jobs.
No, they don't offer. They don't. They're just smart, but they don't offer anything. They don't supply anyone with anything of value. So they want more because they read books and they have the degrees on the wall, but there's no. They don't really do anything for anyone.
Right. So
what do you think? Mexican, you there? You been quiet. You there?
Okay.
Go ahead, Rashi.
No, basically what I was saying is along the lines of what American Man was just saying. But the tail end of that is what you learn from doing things in the real world versus to what you learn out of a book is way more valuable because you actually have the human interaction there, right? So those experiences are way more valuable. Not even just the human interaction. It could just be physical interaction. Like maybe you like if you're a plumber, you know any scenario that you can get into, you can think your way out of and know how to build that plumbing apparatus and have it pass certifications, right?
You got all these people today with college degrees and this and that, basket weaving, kinesiology, whatever the fuck they major in. I don't know. The universities have done very well. They've done very well. You see Claudine Gay, I think she makes $1 million a year. And it only goes all the way down to preschool. You got big fat overweight women working in pre-K, make it $25, $30 an hour, and all the way up the scale to Harvard and FAMU and Howard University, everybody making money. Teaching people a bunch of bullshit that they can't do a damn thing with. Those people come out angry. And Booker T. Washington says it's cruel. Education increases greatly in individuals' wants. It is cruel in many cases to increase the wants of the black youth or anyone in particular by mental development alone, without at the same time increasing his ability to supply these increased wants. These niggas want money, they want weed, they want nails, they want them fucking baby hair shit on the front of their head. They want all these things. And then they want a nice bathroom from John Galt and a nice room. You saw the room that woman was living in. That motherfucker was nice. It wasn't no hovel. Do I need to pull the room up? Yeah. Bob, you want to see the room she was living in? It was a nice room now.
I believe you, John.
But it was very nice. Anyone want to see the room?
I believe you, John.
At the same time, increasing his ability to supply these increased wants in occupations in which he can find employment. I've seen this over and over. I told you about my cousin, nigga, one. He looked up to me. He wanted to be a software developer and a real estate nigga like me. He ain't out of heart for the real estate. He ain't out of smarts for the software development. But he had a good job, man. He had a great job. Driving the bus, dealing with the niggas, and okay. They let him ride for free. Nigga, all you do is driving. He wanted to sit in the office and wear a tie. Look smart, y'all, like Bobby is here. And he quit his bus driving job to try to be a software developer. What? To compete with a nigga like me? Do you know how many fucking books I've read on software development? Ain't nobody paid me to read them. I read them on my own. And in a year or so, they were all obsolete. I've told these stories before. You don't want to get in my lane, do you? Shit. He gave up $100,000 job with a pension to go try to get in the lane of John Galt because he was looking up to John Galt. That's the wrong thing to do, young man. You know why that's the wrong thing to do, young man? Is because with me, John Galt, there's a light that never goes out with me. And that's kind of how the way it is for a software developer. He should have stayed in his bus driving lane, and he'd damn near been on his way to retirement right now. And I think that's the lure of education. It makes people have increased, think they're smarty-arty, important. Really, bro, you should be driving a bus. Fuck that social work, bro. You're a man. Go drive a bus. They want to utilize their education. So they don't want to drive the bus. They want to get a white-collar job. And it's cruel to them, you know, put them in white-collar jobs with all the education, and they don't belong. That's what I think is the crux of the problem. Anyway, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, black people like degrees. I think black folks especially like degrees. They like positions. They like titles, and a title is more important than the actual income that comes from that. So I agree.
Not just the degree. I think some black folks just want to say that they outdid a black person in their family.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like, I got people in my family who think my mom is a terrible person, but my mom is literally sacrificed, but because she had it, she's given it to them. But they think that she thinks that she's better than they are, and they have said that, and it's like, bro, y'all are subpar human beings, and you're trying to take it out on my mom. Like, that's crazy. But that's neither here nor there. But I'm just saying, like, sometimes some black people will get jealous of you because of what you have, and they'll try to take it out on you and be spiteful in certain ways. And that seemed like what John was going through. That guy was trying to be like him. You.
This is why I say America is more likely to go South Africa than Brazil. You know what I mean?
Break it down right quick. What do you mean by that?
The reason why I say this is because, like, I think America is facing a migration problem. And it's an ultimate diversion for the elites. If you look at what's going on in South Africa, man, them niggas over there are killing each other. Down on the level, on the street. The migrants are being attacked by the South Africans, saying, hey, you come here taking our jobs. The companies are hiring you, knowing they're going to get cheaper labor from you than from me. And so they start attacking them, setting this shit on fire. I've talked about it. What they said, buildings on fire are migrants. You heard me talk about it.
What's Brazil like then?
I think I'm not very familiar with Brazil, but I think Brazil is different. Brazil is not facing a migration problem like America is. I think
John, I actually never heard you talk about that. That's crazy. I didn't hear about that.
If you go back on the stream, you'll hear me talk about it. Like, I think America's headed to like a South Africa.
John, I don't have any time to go back on
your
25 stream.
I understand, but if you look at like what's South Africa? You got Jews, whites, and the Guptas, right? What's America today? You got the Jews, the whites, and coming up the rear are the Guptas. Master Kim has talked about it, right? Ken Watson came on here and talked about him just the same. We had Obama, they had who? Mandela. They had apartheid, we had slavery. Patterns, I'm telling you. And that's what I see. I see America going South Africa more so than Brazil. That's my opinion.
I think, if anything, America may be headed more towards Mexico. I hear what you're saying. I don't know if you're going to see open season violence. with immigrants.
You already seen it. What do you mean? You already seen
you already seen it, and then the fact that they're trying to let them into our military says a lot too. And then they can go and shoot. They can go and shoot average citizens. That says something too. That whole deal just came out the other day.
But the
Spirit Airlines is America's South African Airlines. Where is South African Airlines today?
South African Airlines went out of business.
What? Why?
Yep.
It's a big ass country. Why? Why did they go out of business?
Gross mismanagement.
Say what? Say it again.
Horrible mismanagement.
Mismanagement, he said. I saw the other day the airline was cheering all these black pilots. DEI, DIE is what I call it. Shit. It looked kind of like South Africa to me, and, you know. Anyway, those are my thoughts. And we kind of stepped away from the real estate stuff, but fair enough. Anyone have any other questions, Bob? Always good to have you on the panel. You know, Bob, I was thinking, man, you ought to. It'd be great that one day you like do a quick. It could be a pre-record showing us how to fly a plane. What do you think about that?
I did something where I showed the cockpit a couple months ago.
You showed the cockpit, but I mean, like, how to actually like take off. You don't have to be in the cockpit, because you know you don't want to risk your job or anything like that. But you know, just like, hey, what do you think? Maybe even on the simulator. You work on simulators?
We get in there every year. Yeah, I don't mind doing that. I could do that.
That would be interesting. I think, you know, I don't know about anyone else, but it'd be interesting. My dad used to fly a little bit.
Flying is not hard, man. It really is not hard. John, you hype me up and you make me look beautiful, but I'm telling you, it's really it's not a hard job.
You know, I think it's
more so the safety checks that you gotta know the protocols and stuff like that, right, Bob?
Well, I think it's a commitment to do it, right?
It's a job where you have to think a lot. You do a lot of thinking, but not a lot of hands-on. Yeah, the commitment's there. Yeah.
When I asked you about, like, how did you become a pilot? Like, after you graduated Morehouse, you had to go and, like, you just didn't walk around on a 757 or whatever the hell it's called, right?
No.
You had to go down to flight school, and you had to go and do all this other bullshit, and you got to get a live stream and show us something that, you know, put the people in awe, right? Mm-hmm. Someone said that would be cool in NYC Jackson. So anyway, so now that you've done all the leg work, you've cut down all the trees, I guess, the metaphorical trees. I think people would like to see it in NYC Jackson for sure.
It's definitely a job where you got to be dedicated towards it if you want to get to the major leagues. It's offset by you're not going to find any pilot that doesn't like their job. So you're so highly motivated that you don't really feel the pain of what you're going through.
Hey, let me ask you this: you about to take off, man? What's your? You about to take off?
Cold. No, I'm just cold. That's all.
Are you in the airport or something?
I'm in operations. Yeah. They call me out.
Are you about to fly or something?
No, sometimes they call you out just to sit at the airport in case somebody gets sick. They have someone right there that can take.
Really?
Yeah. It's an airport standby.
What's the best lounge, man? I'm a lounge guy. What's the best lounge you've been?
Pilots really don't go to lounges that much. I mean, pilots really don't go to lounges that much. I really couldn't tell you. No,
really?
I mean,
why don't pilots go to lounge?
Because we go to the airport to work.
Someone says Denver. You ever been to Denver Lounge?
I have not. I mean, pilots go to the job to work. It's like kind of asking a doctor which has the best waiting room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I really waiting around. So when you're in the airport, just like in between flights, what the hell are you doing?
I'm on here or playing on the computer, maybe doing some online training.
Why not go to the lounge though and do all this shit? Well, the lounge is nice.
Lounge is for passengers, man. It's not for us really to sit up there and relax.
Like, you can't have a cocktail or anything anywhere. You can't have a drink right
now.
No. Damn.
No.
Do they have like coffee and muffins and shit for you right there where you are?
Oh, sure. They have a free bar of
Is it nice though? Is it like fucking nice and shit, or is it like would the lounge be better?
No, it looks like a Wall Street trading floor. Computers everywhere, weather everywhere. I mean, it's
really.
Oh,
can you
yeah,
show it?
yeah.
Can you show it to us? Or it's like secret.
It's kind of proprietary.
Oh yeah. That's right.
But no, it looks. I mean, there are computer screens everywhere. There's flights everywhere. It's all about information and flight planning.
So you may not fly anywhere today. You may have to go back home.
Right. So I get done at 11:30 Central tonight. So for 5 hours, I sit here. If something they need, they need a plane repositioned, they'll call me up and say, "Okay, Captain Bob, you're taking aircraft, whatever, to San Diego."
Really?
Huh?
And then what? You stay overnight in San Diego and then come back, or what?
More than likely, I'll stay overnight in San Diego. They'll have the hotel and the transportation.
So you don't know where you go. So you don't know, like you could be going anywhere within the next couple of hours.
I could be, but there are certain parameters on how long they can use me. So it's not like they can send me off for, 10 days. I mean, I have to be back here by around this time tomorrow. So.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Anyone have questions for Bob, the pilot here? I'm gonna get him to do a simulation. What's up?
You keep calling me Bob the pilot, man. I'm just Bob, man.
It's Bob the HR guy. We showed the Bob the HR guy. For the people that want to have you questions, we brand you as Bob the pilot. For people that don't know.
Hey, Bob, on average, how often do you have to do what you're doing right now?
So good question. I choose to do this schedule maybe once or twice a year if I'm kind of tired and don't feel like flying. So you can choose an on-call schedule. So, you can rest at home or do whatever. So for me, So I do this once or twice. I do this about every 6 months just to deprogram, relax. If they don't call you, you got a day off. They do call you. They can only use you so much. So,
can you get overtime and shit? Can you get overtime as a pilot?
Yeah, I guess you can call it that. There's certain gates where if you fly too long past what they schedule you for, then there's money that is allocated towards you. So,
hey, what's the most dangerous landing? Like the most complicated landing? I've been in Barbados, I think, where you're laying damn near on the beach. I'm thinking about Atlanta coming down over the highway or some shit.
DC is actually pretty challenging because they have all those restricted areas. So our charts show us that you stay over the Potomac River. You stay over the middle of the. You stay over the middle of the Potomac River. That's actually what the chart says.
Right.
Stay in the middle of the river and you do twists and turns and all that stuff. San Diego's a little challenging.
So that's like on the water too, right?
It's on the water. It's a short runway, and the way things are located, it's a very steep kind of approach. So you got to be on it. To your thing, Rashu, safety is something you're always looking at. That and all the paperwork involved before you take an airplane off. I mean, the lawyers are watching everything, so you really got to make sure you dot every I and cross every T.
Someone says it seems like an exciting profession, but with all the lawyers involved, it takes the excitement out of it. I just want to pull that motherfucker back and let's go. All the regulation will make it seem boring.
The company does a good job of providing you what you need to sign off. You don't have to look at the regulations every time to see if your flight plan is okay, but you do make sure that you sign the copy that you're supposed to sign and that you check what you're supposed to check.
Bob sounds like he's trying to be the CEO in a couple of years.
You ever come close to another plane, Bob?
In flight training, yeah, there's a lot of times where you get really close and you can't see them, but at the airline level, we have so much equipment that tells you where other airplanes are. It's rare that you are going to be in a position where you're going to crash into another airplane.
But you've seen it though before, where like planes come in very close proximity to each other.
Oh, sure.
How does it?
Bob, You guys aren't actively flying it the whole time. Y'all have the autopilot, right?
Generally, you turn the autopilot on around 18,000 feet, and then take it off anywhere from 5 to 1,000 feet.
Okay.
The autopilot is very good at doing very simple commands, but when you start getting twists and turns and have to go up and down very quickly, it's easier to fly the airplane. It just takes too long to program the autopilot to get the plane what you need to do. So September 11th would not have happened if guys were just strictly on automation. There was entirely too many commands coming through for all those guys that have to get down in 30 minutes. So a lot of guys are hand flying.
Yeah, I was about to ask that question, but you answered it, Bob.
What question?
Well, no, I was going to ask about the autopilot and its capabilities, and you answered that it's just easier when you got to start actually getting into it to where it's easier to fly it yourself. Yeah.
Hey, Bob, let me ask you this question.
So
you may not be in the answer. Do you think you could have hit the World Trade Center?
Let me. American Man was about to say something. Let me get to that, John. Go ahead. What was that, American Man? American Man, what were you saying?
I mean, I can answer the question for Bob, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna let Bob.
Go ahead.
So autopilot is basically at its most useful when you're kind of high up and just are going straight, maybe a little bit of a 45, a 22 here and there, and then autopilot's good for that. But when it comes to more of the technical stuff, as you said, it's easier to just do it manually, and probably more comfortable to have control.
Perfectly said. The autopilot is very good at doing very basic stuff. Very basic. It's precise, but very basic stuff.
What if the 9/11 thing isn't an autopilot issue? It could have been a remote control issue.
You can't never ever have you been able to even get anywhere near the towers. They're the barrier where you're like, once you start flying a plane around there, they start letting you know you got to get up out of there before we blow everyone up and blow everyone's brains out. I don't know if people understand. Inside job. Like I don't know if people understand how that works. Like you can't fly that low in New York City. Period.
It was an inside job.
The answer to this question here, the first question I have is, could you have hit the World Trade Center? If you're a professional pilot, could you have done what they did? Could you have done it? I want to know.
Sure. I mean, the World Trade Center was fairly big. You can hit any building that you want.
At 500 miles an hour, is that what they were going? 500?
I've seen pilots say on record that they simulated it.
But we got one on the stream, and we're going to ask him. We want to hear his opinion. Could you have hit it at 500 miles an hour?
I think I know where Rashu's going. Yes,
but can you do it?
Yes, I can do it.
There's
more to that.
With the training that they're saying that the 9/11 hijackers had, could they have done it?
That is probably one of the most powerful arguments against 9/11 being something other than what it is. At 500 miles an hour, when you make a turn, to do a 180-degree turn, you're probably going to, transverse about 4 or 5 miles. So
you're going to do what? You're going to do what?
In other words, in order to hit the target at 500 miles an hour, you're going to have to be lined up maybe 8 miles out, at least. Because if you're turning to make that turn, you're not going to be as accurate. Since you're going so fast, when you start turning, it's harder to target something. Does that make sense?
No, that makes perfect sense. That's exactly what the other pilots said.
Hold on, Richard. Bob, do you think they could have done it? If you had to bet your last dollar that the 9/11 hijackers trained as they were to have done 9/11, you think they did it?
I think they did it. But let me say,
could have done it.
They've taken monkeys and shown them how to fly an airplane. You just have to be.
Okay, go ahead.
You would have to be lined up far enough to do it, but it can be done. I mean, the Twin Towers are big objects that you can see clearly. You just have to be lined up far enough out.
Could you have hit the Pentagon the way they hit the Pentagon?
I'm not going to give into our shoes thing. I will simply say I never saw the video of the Pentagon getting hit. That's all I'll say.
But
everyone is still waiting for the footage, boy.
Hold on. But you know where the Pentagon, how it looks, squat to the ground. Could you have hit the Pentagon? I'm just asking you. Could you have hit the Pentagon? If someone said, "Hey, hit the Pentagon,"
bring up the video. Bring up the video.
I believe you can.
You've seen it before. Could you do it? You know what the Pentagon looks like. Could you hit it, the motherfucker?
I would say I could hit it, but not every time. I probably have a 50% ability.
Not like how it was hit.
Once you get that low to the ground, a lot.
Hold on. Well, why would you say you couldn't hit it every time?
When you start getting that low to the ground at high speeds, there are a lot of factors that go into being able to hit a target. The air from the ground is pushing you up. The heat from the ground is kind of pushing you up. The winds are kind of nasty. So you can hit the Pentagon if you went straight down on it. But to line up where you hit it that low, you have to be a pretty good stick.
How long do you think you say you could only hit it by 50% of the time?
I could hit it, but I probably couldn't hit it each and every time.
And if you didn't hit it, where would your plane end up going? Above it?
Yeah, I'd be in Crystal City, or I would have hit the ground before I hit the building.
No shit.
Yeah,
but you said the wind is pushing you up. Why would you hit the ground?
If I was aiming for a target that low to the ground, you're looking at it. By the time you realize you have to make small changes, you are so close to the ground, headed towards the ground, you don't have enough time to make those changes, so you would run into the ground. Like guys who do low-level flights in the military, they're maybe only 300 to 500 feet, but they have their brains, everything. They're trained for that over and over again. It's very hard to fly an airplane that low, that fast.
How low to the ground in comparison to the military people were the 9/11 people?
Well, I also think. Hold on. I think.
Hold on. Let him answer the question. Hold on. Let him answer the question. No, hold on. Let him answer the question. How low to the ground? God damn. Let him answer the question. Then I'll let you jump in. How low to the ground were the 9/11 people versus, you say, military people?
I mean, I don't know how high the Pentagon is, but let's assume the Pentagon is 400 feet high. To fly an airplane at 400 feet at 500 miles an hour is not easy at all.
Can I say something right quick?
Do you think it's impossible for someone trained in a flight school to do
it? It is highly unlikely that someone would have that much dexterity to manage an aircraft at 500 miles an hour with little flight training. Not at the level they were. No.
And someone saying that a passenger jet, they're not nimble enough to do tricky shit. Is that fair? Is that true?
That's fair. I mean, you got to understand, when we're flying up there, man, we may climb up and down 50 feet within half a second. You know,
Maverick G says the Pentagon is 77 feet high.
Yeah, so to hit an object at 80 feet high.
And hold on. Can I say something?
Not yet. Could you hit something at 80 feet high?
Sure. If I was about maybe, 5 miles out. If I was 5 miles out and I kept the airplane level, maybe 50% of the time, because you got to understand, when you move the control column, one little movement, you're 30 feet off. So it's very, very difficult. Now, in a much slower airplane, sure, 500 miles an hour, that's what, 7 miles a minute? That's tricky. That's a military guy kind of thing.
Really? That's what you think? Yeah. You think military guy type of thing to do that, something like that?
Right.
All right. Go ahead. Now what?
Oh, not a regular civilian trained pilot like me. That's not my type. That's not how we train.
Yeah. All right, guys. It's up to you now. Go ahead.
That was the thing that I was going to get into, right? You know, we're talking about a and in the case of 9/11, we're talking about passenger planes, right? Passenger planes operate very different. Now, obviously, they operate on the same concept, but I'm pretty sure if you ask a seasoned passenger pilot like Bob and a seasoned military fighter pilot, to an extent, we're going to speak the same language, but I can guarantee you, you're going to get French way different. And Spanish on one another at some point. You're not going to know what you're talking about because things just get very different at that point.
Right, you're talking about climbing 50 feet in a few seconds in a big plane. That's nothing. In retrospect, a fighter jet can climb 1,000 feet in the same amount of time, and it means nothing. And they're probably not even putting max thrust into it. So it's totally different. But what I was trying to say about the Pentagon is not really a direct flight that an airplane that big could directly hit it at the angle that it hit it. It was directly straight if you look at the videos of it. And you don't even really see any wings, right? That's why I asked John if he could pull up the video, because we could just look at it and then we could just talk about the video.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go too deep into the 9/11 conspiracy. I just wanted to know Bob's opinion. Could he hit the building?
No, I mean, it was a good conversation. It was a good segue, but you don't have to.
It's good. I just don't hear what he had to say. That's fine. I think
that's a little humorous thing. A little humorous thing. If you know, before 9/11. It was common for all pilots to get in the simulator and we run into buildings and all that stuff, just as a joke. But in the after 9/11, they took a lot of the Twin Towers out of all the programming because they didn't want guys to do that and have fun with it. And
really?
But yeah, we used to run into as when you got some time after a sim session, let's go run into
you run into the World Trade Center and some shit on the simulator.
We used to do that all the time.
That's crazy.
Actually saw something probably like 2 months ago of a guy who was like a structural engineer or something like that, and he was also a pilot, and he had did all the calculations and went through everything about 9/11 and also talked to other pilots and tried to simulate it and whatnot. And they had a bunch of just real world data and simulations. And he was talking about what you were talking about, Bob. Like if you were miles out, you had to be like directly on just this path. And if you were just off by just a few feet, you know what I mean, it would throw your whole trajectory off. And he was confirming all of those things. And but I thought that was just crazy because he has been looking at it since it happened to today, and he had a bunch of different evidence, and I was like, so it is kind of still relevant. But
another thing to remember too is the engines are hanging off the wing, and the engines are lower than the actual fuselage. So even if you were lined up perfectly, your engines may hit the ground before you even hit the Pentagon.
But that was the thing, right? Because in the video, it's so low. It's like that had to be a once in a lifetime type of thing. And even you said that you couldn't hit it every time. Now you didn't say whether it was 50 or 50, which I'm guessing it's more like 15 out of 100%, because you couldn't do it a lot. That's very hard to do that low because you have all those different pressures, right?
I think very highly of myself, but yes.
No, I see that you do, bro. But I'm just trying to say those factors still do apply, right?
Oh, sure. I mean, there's certain things you just, the human brain cannot do.
I'm just gonna.
You can account for it.
I'm
it
just
looks
gonna
like
say
a
that.
rocket hit it to me.
I'm just gonna say this.
Pentagon, I mean.
Anyone think that they just flew a plane into the Pentagon? They also believe that Putin just woke up one day and was like, you know what? I'm gonna invade Ukraine. Those are the same smooth-brained people.
Yeah.
What I don't know.
But I mean, to be honest,
how do you hide that? How do you hide that, though?
How do you hide what?
Hey, they confiscated all of the CCTV from around the area.
Oh, okay, Bob. I get it. Exactly. you almost can't.
I mean, we didn't have camera phones like we do now back 20 years ago. But still, you would think there's some pictures or something.
You notice the people that live around.
Somebody had.
You notice the people that live around there don't speak anymore, right? They have one.
Hey, put up the video, John. Can you put up the video?
They all disappeared. They all stopped speaking real fast.
How do you? You're gonna pay off? You know how many people you'd have to pay off? I mean, there's got to be one picture of. There's got to be one guy walking around taking a picture of birds. It's always something like that. Some guy just doing something stupid.
Some guy with the old automatic Polaroid, Bob. Remember the one with the thing used to come out? Gotta be somebody, right?
There's always one dude with a camera somewhere. I just don't know how you would hide all that. But no, I never saw the American flag. To this day, I never saw it. Did you guys hear that there were a bunch of Israelis that were cheering?
Yeah, I heard about that. In New Jersey somewhere, right?
Oh yeah.
A bunch of Mossad guys that were cheering about it and saying, "Yeah, we got them."
Oh, cool! You pulled up the website I sent. This is entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
Because we hear about the Pan Am era. That's the last time I flew in a passenger jet when I was a kid by my parents, and it was in the 70s. And that was you could smoke and eat, drink, and it was only hot female stewardesses on the plane. The Pan Am era, but also in the Pan Am era, it was the 70s. There were dozens of hijackings no one ever heard about, and it wasn't all religious fanatics, jihadis and shit. It was like dudes that their girlfriend lived in another state and they couldn't afford to drive there. They fucking hijacked the plane. Seriously, man. The pilots threw one dude out the cargo hold midair because they just got sick of it. It was happening so often.
But wouldn't that sound, certain things sound plausible, right? If I could get you and your children to go into the Middle East and die and do the work for me, why wouldn't I cheer it on?
Oh, I mean, if you can get someone else to fight your fights.
Yeah.
Before we take off, all airlines do this. From South America, you always check the wheel well. You always have guys check the wheel well because guys will climb up in there and hide to get to America.
Some kid fell out frozen and unthawed and lived out of the freaking wheel well last year or something.
I've seen some people survive this shit, Bob. How did they survive in a wheel well? All the way from France to the UK in a wheel well. How did they survive?
Well, some of those, then it's not really pressurized. You just have air up in there, so they probably passed out. Also, the hydraulic lines and a lot of the fuel lines run down there, so it would keep them barely warm enough, barely. But no, a lot of them do die just to lack of oxygen. There may be just enough air, but
how do they do it, man? How do they get up in there? If I were to pull up a diagram of a plane, would you be able to show us where they are up in wherever the hell they are? What should I look for? What should I look for?
It would kind of be hard. It would be hard to see. Well, I'm trying to think of how to describe it. When the wheels go up, if you will, they are in the very corner of where the wheels come up. That's probably the only space you can
what do they
have.
call captives? Haitians? Not Haitians.
Stowaways.
Stowaways. I want to see what the fuck are they in.
I mean, you gotta be small enough to do that too. You can't take a regular sized guy. But yeah, people do that. They get crushed in there and whatnot. But you always make sure you check in the South American countries and make sure no one's up in there.
I think they got pictures, Bob.
You know, they do something called G-checks where they take the airplane and take it apart and put it back together again. It happens maybe once every few years. And the stuff they find drugs, they find money, they
Really?
find... Oh, yeah.
From people getting up in there.
Well, from people who were smuggling stuff, yeah. People who were smuggling stuff at one time, a
Yeah.
shipment, yeah. You know, yeah, they find all kinds of things, man.
God damn, that is amazing.
Find a lot of dirt and whatnot.
I'm trying to find pictures of like where a stowaway would be. It's wondering. Let me. Look at this motherfucker up in the stowaway, Bob. Look at this son bitch. Look at this son bitch. God damn. Like, we got to break down a plane diagram. Like, how small is that? Like, you see this son bitch?
It's not a lot of room, man.
That might be the kid I was talking to. Guy. He was
So
like
when those-
unconscious.
Well,
He fell out and he regained consciousness and he hit the ground or something.
Damn. Look at this shit.
When the wheels come up, they come up and they're locked up. And then you take away hydraulic pressure. So the wheels actually rest on the doors. They're not just up there locked up. That will allow you a little room. The problem is, when those wheels are coming up, that's several thousand pounds of hydraulic pressure. That would crush most people. So you have to be really small and be able to do twister. I mean, he did some serious yoga before he got up in there.
Rubber band man. Got up in a stowaway. Have mercy.
Every now and again, they'll find a guy who fell asleep back in the cargo area, like a ramper who fell asleep, and he'll wake up in another
What's a
city.
ramper? Wait, what's a ramper? What's a
Like
ramper?
the baggage guy.
Oh, he falls asleep where? Up in here?
Well, up in the lower cargo area where they put all your bags. So a lot of the guys chill out there if it's cold or whatever.
Inside the plane.
Up, yeah, below the seats, yeah. So a guy will fall asleep back there and wake up in another city.
Really? Does he get in trouble for that?
It depends upon the manager. Sometimes they fire the guy. Sometimes they say, "Okay, you still have your job, but you got to find your own way home." It just depends.
Really? Damn.
Yeah.
So it's cold out there and shit.
That guy doesn't look like he studied the mechanics of how the plane wheel closes. He just got lucky without getting crushed. I mean, I don't think
I
he
think
knew
he
what
passed out.
Yeah.
If he passed out, you're not gonna remember a
He was
thing.
in the perfect position there where it just didn't crush him. It was just probably coincidental.
John, if you want to look up British Airways pilot that flew out the cockpit window, that's a great story. But it just goes to show that
John,
he got sucked
one
out
in
through
the back chat. They found a stowaway in the wheel well of a jet.
This guy got sucked out the cockpit window. This pilot.
How did he get sucked out the cockpit window? Like he's in the wheel well, right?
Oh no, this is a whole nother story. But the captain got it wasn't bolted down. The cockpit window blew out. The guy flew out of the window and his feet got hung up on the steering column.
Oh shit!
So the co-pilot grabbed his legs and was holding him while trying to fly this airplane. And when they interviewed him, he was like, "Yeah, I don't remember much of anything. I passed out."
Oh shit, he lived. That's cool, man. It saved his life.
Up at that altitude, you're passed out when you're outside the plane. Is that how it works?
Oh yeah, there's no air up there. They did it great. It's on YouTube, but that's another thing.
Yeah. How do you survive in the wheel well of a jet? Sorry, Russian.
When you know how those masks come down and you put it over?
Yeah.
That's a good idea, but if that air rushes out of the cabin really quickly, you're gonna be passed out before you can even grab that thing.
It wouldn't even matter. It wouldn't even matter.
What's the temperature up there?
It can be anywhere from minus 30 to minus 50 degrees.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get frostbite. Some guys will get frostbite, and some guys will get burns from the air. The messed up thing is, if you put that oxygen mask on, you're going to be awake. So you're going to be awake while you're watching your impending death.
Damn, so it's better off to leave the mask off.
Hey Bob, if you have the oxygen mask on before you go out, that pressure will actually make you not be able to breathe when you go out. Think about it, because that pressure is going to change. That different. If you're in the plane and then you go out of the plane, that pressure difference is going to change. That little bag is not going to be able to withstand.
You go out of the plane, you're not going to have a mask.
Oh, you're saying
lungs are going to blow up like immediately.
Yeah.
When you put those masks on, air is being forced into your lungs. You're not breathing, actually. You're actually having air pushed into your lungs because your lungs don't have enough air to breathe, if you will. So it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Up that high.
You're talking about those drop down masks, right?
Sure. But you're not breathing so much as you're just intaking air.
From where's the air coming from?
Oxygen bottles.
Yeah, oxygen bottles up in the plane.
Up on the plane, yeah.
Bob, do you use centrifuges to train, or is that just for fighter pilots and stuff?
Yeah, that's fighter pilot stuff. We have emergency procedures and that we go through. We put the oxygen mask on in the simulator, but
they have a centrifuge in PA. It's called Warminster. It's like a military installation. They have a centrifuge and they had raves in there, like dance parties in there for a while.
Well, I have a question. I have a question that I kind of would like everyone that's here to answer. Do you want to be the last person standing in a plane crash?
No.
As opposed to,
it doesn't really matter, really. I mean,
what do you mean by that?
I mean, the plane crashes, everyone dies around you, you're the only one living, and you look around and see all the destruction around you. Do you want to be that person?
Probably be horrifically
injured.
If I could live, yeah. If I could live.
Yeah.
No?
Really?
Yeah, I can tell the story.
Really?
American man, you're gonna get paid out too. You know how much money
I'm
you're gonna make?
try to save anybody.
Right, and let me ask you a question, right?
You'll be mentally screwed up forever. But
there we go, and that's what I was getting to. How much paid up? Look! How much paid up can I be if I can't close my eyes without seeing and smelling dead bodies and fuel and metal and?
Bro, people do that now for war, though. You got people who, hey, watch Sean Ryan's channel. He always interviews people who has been around
I'm
war.
not into comparing everything and saying this is this and this is that. Every experience is different, and we don't know how it's going to affect individuals.
Hey guys, I'm agreeing with you, bro. I'm giving you an example of why I agree with you.
Hey guys, this is just our Friday night Landlord in Review stream. I think Stanley's about to start a new stream, but I really didn't expect this to go this long.
Stanley can start new streams now?
I'm sorry.
I think Stanley, it's 11 hours in, so I think he'll be starting a new stream shortly. And I'll be joining, of course. And I think HB may be joining at some point in the morning time. Portia J, she'll be there, get cracked. Probably be joining. Late night gets kind of wild, Not your business stream. It's not, you streaming.
No shit.
But it is interesting. You'll see Stanley popping the balloons late night. Bob, you ever seen Stanley popping the balloons?
No, I've never seen that.
He can't play dominoes, but he can pop the balloon.
Pretty interesting. You ever seen the Pop the Balloon show at all?
Never seen that. I have no idea what that is, John.
It's basically, they have a show of a bunch of women, single women, most of them with baby daddies, and their guy come out and date them, and they pop the balloon or not. You know, you guys have probably all seen that anyway. So,
yeah, I haven't been on that late to see that one.
Yeah, Stanley is pretty interesting on that. Hey guys, let's have a final thoughts and let's go over to Stanley's stream and check him out, see what he's talking about. Bob, American Man Rashid, whoever want to lead off, go right ahead.
Did he start a new stream yet?
Stanley will probably be starting off shortly. You see him and Lee Clinton. Lee Clinton very rarely comes up on the stream, so it might be interesting to hear what he has to say, by the way.
Here's a good question. What does Bob do? Bob, what do you guys have to do in between flights? Like, let's say you got 5 hours in between flights, which is still on payroll. What do you guys do? Because I hear you typing away over there. Now, I don't know if you're watching porn or if you're...
I think he answered that question earlier, but maybe we take.
Well, I may not have been here, John.
That's what I'm saying. So since we don't have a lot of time, he take it over to the next stream. I hope Bob will come over. And he can answer it, but basically what he does is he's right now he's waiting on flights to come in, right, Bob? They tell you where to go.
I mean, so Bob couldn't give me that quick synopsis, like you needed to interrupt and.
We're trying to get out of here. That's why. That's the only reason why we're trying to get out of here. I ain't want to have a.
You do whatever to pass the time, American Man.
There you go.
Rashid, I was wondering what Bob would do in case of a fire. Like, if there's a fire on the plane, what do you do?
You want me to answer that in the other stream, John?
Yeah, the other stream. Any long way to ask to go to the next stream. Rashid.
Yeah, John. All right, so tonight we learned a lot about college-educated individuals tonight. Black people, right? We learned that, they feel like they are above and higher than average normal people who have dealt with things in the real world, who have real world experiences, who have real world results. And they took advantage of you, John Galt. You know what I mean? You brought them up here, you let them explain their life story, and they got money from it, they profited from it. And what did they do? Smoke weed, drank Remy, had some, you might as well call it box wine because we never heard of it, right, John Galt?
And so, now we understand why John Galt doesn't have the compassion that people could have, right? Because John Galt's been dealing with niggas for years, and he understands. There's a limit. Fuck them and move on with your life. I get it.
You got go ahead, Bob. Yeah, we're gonna roll over the chemistry.
Thanks for having me. I'll see you guys over there.
Oh man, it's always great having you up. American Man, last word. Then we go to 12th Man. We're gonna hang out for a second. 12th Man. What you got, American Man?
Nothing. I'll see you guys later.
Oh, I'm sorry. All seeing guys here too. Don't leave. All seeing guy. All seeing guy. What's up? Any last words here?
No. I'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah, we're gonna all go over to Stanley, hopefully, right? And then I'm sure he'll be starting another meeting. I'm gonna take a look.
They're watching a video, John, about making tea outside and mixing up these lemons and herbs and stuff like that over there. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. All right, 12th Man, any last words? You got anything you want to say before we go?
I thought that was a great interview with Bob, and I'm sure Portia is setting up the karaoke stream or something for later on.
There you go.
I don't know if we doing that tonight or not. But
I'm sure Portia has something to say before we get out of here.
That'd be better than Pop the Balloon on Stanley. always a lot of fun. Mic drop.
It's always fun with Portia. Always fun with Stanley. Everyone. Portia, I'm not sure if Portia's here. She may be gone, but anyway, what do we say? This has been a fun stream. I'm going to try to do this every Friday. Young Galt, you missed a lot, bro. You missed a lot. I do appreciate that. We do need you in the audience. Young Galt, you do come up with some good solutions from time to time. Anyway, I'm going to try to do this every Friday. This was unexpected that the lady would call in, Shatterika, after you guys had given her generous cash apps, and she just, back on and curse people out. Amazing.
That's the one who needed some rent money or something?
Yeah, that's her. And so, anyway, so I think this will be a weekly stream. We try to do it every Friday, give or take about this time. But right now, I think we should go over to Stanley's. Take a look at Stanley. But before you go, I guess we will end it with how should we end the show? How do you think we got? You guys think we should end the show? I think we should end it like
HP Trucking.
I think
for the Iron Maiden song "Aces High" about jet fighter pilots
trying to get the channel took down. Can't be doing that.
No, that has no swear words or anything. It's just a heavy metal song.
Right, yo. Yo, so come on, yo, Omar, come on, man. Oh shit.
Like something going on there.
Street script.
Dogs barking, something going on.
Yeah. The cheese stands